Can you hear me? Okay, wonderful. I see so many students swarm into my classroom. I know that it's very, to you, maybe it's very terrible when you think about a lot of bunch of Chinese students just to sit in front of you. Okay, so first of all, I have to say, even we are in Taiwan, especially, it's a very sensitive, time. But when I talk to something, I will say maybe we Taiwanese or we Chinese, okay, but don't confuse, all right? It just means the same thing because we air the Chinese culture and some of us, like me, I'm the Chinese and the Taiwan mix. So you will understand that. So before I start my class, may I ask how of you have already been a teacher? How many of you, can you just raise your hand? Okay, wonderful. So in the elementary school or in the middle school. So if you are in the elementary school, please type 1. If you are in the elementary school, type 1. And if you are the middle school or high school, okay, type 2. All right. All right, that's wonderful. So I bet that you look forward to have the Chinese or Taiwan's experience here for the following school year. All right, so, okay, we don't really want to waste a lot of time because we need to practice that. So my second question is, can you speak Chinese? If you are, okay, some of you can speak Chinese. All right, okay, yes, some of you. All right, so I have to say, in this hour, in this session, I didn't really expect that you will learn all of the Chinese Mandarin. Okay, so I also provided you like a Quizlet, so you can practice that by yourself. And especially in the English classroom, we hope like you can just teach them English. And under like a circumstance, you can understand that it is the best context for the student to understand English. In your daily life, maybe it is very difficult because it is a huge environment, but just in the classroom, it's very easy for you to tell or to share, deliver your knowledge regarding English language to the kids. So in this class, I just give you some platform or some information, but it's quite important for you to understand when to use that and how to, get along with your students. So let me just share my PowerPoint first. And during my teaching, if you have any question, don't ask me, okay? Because we don't really have much time. Leave that to the rest of the late, okay, in the end. So because maybe your question will be solved in the end, in the later slides. Okay, so you can see the slide, right? All right, okay. That's good. So this session, we are going to talk about the classroom language. And I have to say that because I also master, my master degree is in the childhood education in the US. So I do my intern in the US before, and I feel a lot of cultural shock. That's what I'm going to share that to you. I know you will have the cultural, like a cross-cultural, that kind of sharing later, but I focus on the classroom today. And I was a FLTA, as the host mentioned, and now I'm a doctoral student in Chinese as a second language. So today I would like to share you some 3 parts. The first part, as you see, you cannot compare 2 cultures, all right? I hope since you have made up your choice to hear, especially during this sensitive time, you have to understand that sometimes, it's quite different, especially it's Asia. And we are a democracy country, so to some extent, you will feel very familiar. However, we still have some difference. And secondly, if you want to, manage your class, I have to say you have to manage yourself first, which means that you have to know our culture more. And then the 3 parts, I will just give you some tip about how to, memorize some Chinese character or the pronunciation, because English is quite a, sound language, but our language is quite like a visual language. So let's do it. First part, let's talk about our classroom. So like the title say that you think the school in the Taiwan is fun? No, okay. First, we don't really have a school bus, all right? So most students, they just live nearby the school. So within the school district, usually they just walk to the school. And then in my generation, we do the assembly every morning. But nowadays, no, we don't do that. Okay, but you will see sometimes during the assembly time, the teacher will have their own meeting, but maybe not, depends on the school. So how we refresh our students' mind, because it's quite early in the morning and then they walk to the school. So it's just a fun tip. First of all, we will have them dance like a monkey, which means that we also have like a national exercise in the morning. They want to do some health exercise. And step two, a lot of announcement during assembly. So maybe you don't really need to accompany your student, but however, you know that. And the last step, we will have a lot of rewarding during that time. So you have to clap, okay? And just giving them some encouragement during that time. And then we also have our manner. Maybe from a movie or some drama, you have already seen that before, because most of the Asia students, we show our respect to the teacher. So you can see the right part here. I just tell you, we have the rise, attention, and the bow, that kind of a ritual before the class. So when we have the class leader say rise, because when he see the teacher, he just say that, he or she, all right? So every student have to stand up and stop whatever they're doing. And then attention, so they have to stand still. If you move, maybe the teacher can, demand them to do that again. All right, and then we have the bow. So teacher, they just stand, on stage, and the student will bow to them. And then secondly, we can ask our student to clean up the classroom. It's quite different from your country, but however, that is the way we think that our students, they should take responsibility for themselves. So if they take care of the classroom and usually clean up by themselves, or they can do that bit better, we also have that kind of competition. So you can ask them to do that. And if you see the blackboard or the whiteboard is quite messy when you just step into the classroom, you can even ask the student on duty that day to clean the whiteboard or blackboard for you. And usually in our classroom, we don't really, have that kind of privilege for a student to enjoy their meal. But it depends on the teacher, all right? Some teachers, they are very humane. So they say, okay, it's okay, especially the first period of class, or maybe just the day after, just the period in the afternoon. And it's very special here. Please pay attention. From elementary school to high school, we have a 10 minutes break between each period. All right, so it's very special. It's quite different, far different from your education system. We have a 10 minutes break. So students, they can go to the restaurant. They can just hang out with their friend to the field, or just, play around just in the hallway. It's okay. All right, it's okay. And then sometimes some students, they will also use this time to ask you some question if they dare not to ask you in a class. So it's very different from your education system. And then the fifth one, some teacher, okay, when they didn't really finish their scheduled, teaching, they can just delay their time. So to the student, to the Taiwan student, it's fine. We get used to that. So if you have your schedule, because you have to collaborate with your co-teacher, I think that is just fine. All right, but don't do that very often. Sometimes you can do that, and we can understand. Okay, so you can say the teacher is just kind of like a, in Taiwan, teacher just a master shifu, because we respect the teacher. So most of the time you can do whatever you like. All right, so next we talk about like how to do, deal with the parents. Most of the time, the parents, they don't really want to involve in the education. Maybe they have some idea, but they don't really do that. Okay, maybe they will just, communicate with you through some, we call that communicate book. So we will have that book and I will show you later. Okay, so we will ask students to maybe get their parents' signature if they have the exam. So we have them to go home to show their parents their number on the exam, all right? And also some parents, they like the teacher to hand them, assign them a lot of homework because they think that they have something to do. That you can feel that you are very responsible because you know your student, you want to push them to grow, all right? So it's quite different between the Taiwanese kids and the American kids after school. In the Taiwan, homework, maybe from the school, maybe from the Korean school, even in the elementary school, okay? And also from the parents, all right? But the US, you know that maybe after school, you just play with your neighborhood, your neighbors, and usually with your friends. So it's really quite different. And the next one, I would like to share that if you can understand, in Taiwan, in the classroom, is also very different. The first of all, I call that it's our bed table because we have a nap time. In the morning, every student just wake up very early. So go to the school and have 4 periods of classes. And then they will have the nap time after their lunch. Usually it takes like a half hour, all right? So during that time, you can also take a rest or you can just prepare for the teaching for the afternoon. And we also have this kind of a machine in some classroom. Maybe you won't see it. However, in my generation, every classroom, we have a steam machine. So kids, they bring their own lunchbox to the school. They just put that into the steam machine in the morning. And around like noon, you can smell all mixed, fragrance from the steam machine. So don't be scared because it's happened, all right? And also we have the textbook. So you will see the textbook because they have to buy that by themselves. It's also quite different from your education system. So it is not a ritual, but it's just a kind of a note you have to pay attention. So first, you want your book, the kids, they have to buy it. So if they are a low-income family, usually our government will sponsor them. But most students, they have to pay for their book. So we have, especially the first day, usually the teacher will do just hand out the textbook and introduce what happened in this school year or the semester. So they have to buy it by themselves. So they can take a note on their own book. And then we will have the lunch break, as I mentioned. So the teacher, sometimes you can just, take a rest. But some students, I have to say, if they are really in you, they love you, they like you, maybe they just want to chat with you or want to say something to you. So you can also think that the lunch break time is kind of like your office hour. So you can arrange that too, right? And then the third point, we don't really hire any cleaning company for school because we have already a bunch of it. They are all students, all right? So if you just notice that, oh, it's not so clean, you can ask them to clean it up. Okay, that is your right. That is your right. I have to say that. And some students, they are assigned to have a duty in the classroom. We have the daily duty, which like I mentioned, clean up the whiteboard or blackboard. And also some students, if we want to communicate with some teacher, we have that kind of subject assistant. So in your class, you can also, point out someone to do that for you. Maybe he or she is, very good at English. So you can assign one student. And of course, you have to give him or her the bonus, right? So you can also have your nap time during the school and enjoy the 30 minutes break piece. Okay. So here, because I know that some of you will go to the elementary school and some of you just go to the middle school or high school. All right, so let me just do a little bit introduction here. So first of all, the elementary school, we have a half day. So like the first 2 years, they only have one whole day class. Okay, so for the, like a third grader and a fourth grader, they have 3 days in a week. And then the fifth grader and the sixth grader, because in Taiwan, the elementary school, we have the sixth grade, okay? We don't really count the kindergarten into elementary school. So we have the 6th year in the elementary school. So the fifth grader and the sixth grader, they just only have one half day. Okay, that is usually on Wednesday. Okay, so it's quite different. And that's also why some parents, they will, encourage their kids go to the after school, because if they have to work, they don't really have time to take care of them. Right. And then we also have the twice midterm exam and once final exam. So we don't have a quarter, we just have a semester. And usually the first semester, we just last till the Chinese New Year. And then we will have a break, usually like a 1 month, okay? Depends on the Chinese New Year, landing on which day. And then we have the uniform, even that is a public school, right? Especially public school, we always have a uniform. Okay, so the uniform, just uniform, okay? And then we have the planner. That's what I call the communication book. Right, so that is a channel for you and the parents. They can just talk to each other. But most of the time, the book, they can just the student, they will just write down the homework, and maybe the home teacher will guide them to do something. But if the parents, they want to talk to you, they will also write down in the communication book the planner. So your co-teacher will let you know. And then let's jump to the middle school. In the middle school, we don't have half day. Okay, so they don't have half day. They even have evening study period, which means especially the last year in the middle school, sometimes they have to study till 9 o'clock. All right, 9 o'clock evening, because they have to prepare for the entrance exam for the high school. And then we also have the 3 first term, middle term, and the final term. And in Taiwan, we don't have the yearbook, but we do have the graduation book. And the graduation book just display the the graduated students. And also, when you have your graduation book from the middle school, which means that you can get out of this district, because when they go to the high school, they can start to do cross the district. Okay, and then in our society, we have like a concept that's a good job, means that a good college, and a good college means a good high school. So you have to work very hard in the middle school. So for the teacher who want to go to the middle school, I would like to know you have to prepare for that, because sometimes you will start to have a lot of pressure, especially last year in the middle school. Okay, you will feel that from the parents. All right, but it's normal. Don't worry. Okay, it's normal. You can just tell them some idea what you feel, or what is the correct education knowledge to learn, because it's very important. One day we want to become like a, I think our government want us become like a bilingual country in 2030. However, we have to change our mind. Why I mention that? Because the parents, they can understand how to communicate with their kids in English sometimes. So they just, evaluate your teaching maybe from the number, but it is not fair. It is not fair. I have to say that. So maybe the kids, they can talk very fluently, in the class, but they didn't really get a very wonderful scores. So their parents will just think that, okay, your teaching is not so effective, but don't feel, it's your wrong. Don't shoulder that, because we have like a very rigid idea about learning. So sometimes try to communicate with them, and it's also a very good chance to do some reform in our English education in Taiwan. Right. So here, just jump into the next part. So the second part, I want you to learn some Chinese. All right, you can try to do that. You don't have to memorize them, I know. However, it's very important to know when to use that. Okay, so why you needed to know that? Because I know some of you may think that, okay, I'm in Taiwan, why I should learn that? Because I want to teach English. But if you can speak just a little bit, Mandarin, you can just close your distance with your student or your coworker, because your coworker is not only just an English teacher, maybe some other subject teachers. And also, if you can speak some in Mandarin, it can keep you, help you to keep elegant without some very funny body language. All right. So here, if you use the desktop to have a class, I mean, you have a cell phone in your hand now, you can just scan my QR code. All right. That is a Quizlet. So you can scan that. Is that okay now? Everybody get that? All right, so it's wonderful. So if you have the Quizlet, it can help you. All right, so let me just switch my screen to it. So here, I would like to start to use the Quizlet just to directly to guide you there. Okay, let me see here. All right, so you can just take the Quizlet as your supplement. You can just carry it because it's a technology era now. But here, I would like to start to do that very quickly. So first of all, that is good morning. And if you see my Quizlet highlight the Chinese character, which means that maybe you should know. But this one, I didn't really highlight because good morning is very common. So you don't really have to know that in Chinese. However, good morning, if you want to practice that, please repeat after me. 早安. 早安. Yeah, it's pretty good. So if you don't know how to pronounce that, because the Quizlet, they also have the sound, that kind of assistant. So you can use that service. So next one, in the afternoon, we say 午安. And you can just say good afternoon. All right, so that is the purpose you are here, right? So don't worry. And the last one, you have to submit your homework. All right, so in Chinese, we say 把功课交上来. 把功课交上来. All right, so you can replace homework here. All right, so that is homework, 功课. 功课. And this part, I will say, that is a key. 交上来, hand that to me. Hand that to me. 交上来. 交上来. Okay, so everyone, please repeat after me. 交上来.
Recording in progress.
交上来.
交上来.
Hey, yeah, it's wonderful. Okay, it's good. So anything, if you want them to submit to you, like the test or homework, 交上来. Okay, 交上来. Don't worry, if you forget that, Quizlet can help you. All right. Okay, so next one. It's also very important because if you want to ask your student to play something in some specific area, point or area, please repeat after me. The first one, okay, 放这里. 放这里. Yeah. So 这里 is here. Okay. So There we say 那里. Repeat after me. 放那里.
放那里
Good, wonderful. And I can give you some tip. 放, kind of like your English fun, right? I mean, if you have to do the grading, it's not funny. It's not fun. But you can use this way. 放这里, 放那里. All right. So here, 这里, 那里, there. You will see it's very often, and we say that very often too. Okay. So the next one. 把书拿出来. 把书拿出来. So take out your book. Here, I didn't really want you to memorize that because you can use your body language, right? You can just take a book out of your pack. Okay, so every student, they can understand that. All right, they can understand that. So don't worry about this one. And the next one, turn to the page 28. In Chinese, we say 翻到第28页. 翻到第28页. So you don't really have to memorize this sentence, okay? 翻到第28页. 翻 is just a term, okay? 翻 is a term. Because if you just do the gesture 翻 28, there's also a good way for Len to practice that, okay? All right, so next one. Okay, it's very important because it means that repeat after me. So in Chinese, 跟我念. 跟我念. Yeah, 跟我念. 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 Okay, so everybody, 跟我念. Good.
跟我念
Yeah, okay. 跟我念. Yeah, your pronunciation is excellent. Super. Okay, wonderful. So one more time. 跟我念.
跟我念
Yeah, because sometimes if you don't say that, it's just a trigger. Everybody just stay at you. Okay, so it's very important. So I hope that you can just say that 3 times. 跟我念. 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 Okay, 跟我念. All right. All right, okay. This one, do you have any question? Okay, so in Chinese, you can just say 有问题吗? 有问题吗? 好，有问题吗? 好, so here, this part, it will be their answer, but you have to understand. If they have a question, they will say 有. If they don't have question, they just say 没有. 没有 or 没有问题, no question. 没有. Okay, so here, it's also very important for you because you don't really want, student just have a very, a lot of late. You want to catch up. So you can just ask them, 有问题吗? 有问题吗? Okay, so everybody 跟我念有问题吗?
有问题吗？
好，没问题。好，没问题。Okay, good. All right. Next one, we are going to 这是什么? So what is that? Okay, what is that? 这是什么? 好 ，everybody 跟我念，这是什么？
这是什么？
Good, it's wonderful. And if you want me to, give you some tip, you can just point to something and ask them, 什么？什么？ You can also use your body language, 什么? Okay, so 什么 is what? 什么 is what? 什么？什么？ All right, so next one, raise your hand. You can just say English, that's okay. 举手，举手。And then 手放下，手放下。Put down, yes, put down your hand. 手放下。All right, and then 看 okay, you see 这里 we see that again 这里 and there So 看 which means see. Please pay attention. So 看这里 please 跟我念看这里
看这里，
看这里，
看这里 yeah. So look at here, all right? And then 看那里
看那里，
哎，非常好，很好。
看那里，
Yeah. So one more time. 看这里，
看
这里，
看那里，
看这里，
看那里，
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 很好，好。All right. You're wonderful. You can apply FLTA in the university. All right. Next one. So also here and there, right? But if you want them to underline, but here you don't have to memorize that. I just give you some idea. If you want to learn that, you can learn that by yourself in the quiz. So 画这里，画那里. All right. So why I want to give you this supplement? Because now in Taiwan, even some, like a countryside classroom, they also have smart board. So sometimes you have to interact with the smart board. So the smart board, you have to have the pen, right? The digital pen, and you have to underline it. So we say 画这里，画那里. Okay, 画. So 画 is draw. 画. So here and there. Okay, we just repeat that many, many times here. All right. So the next one. So 跟我念，这里先，
这里先，
这里先，
那里先。
这里
那
先，
里先，
那里先。
Okay. 好 So why 这里 and 那里 we all know that 先 means first. So if you want to have some game or sometimes competition, you separate your student, right? So this group or this half first. So that is a 先. All right. So the way to learn language, you can just repeat after me. 跟我念先. Okay. So 这里先，这里先，好，那里先，那里先。Okay. 好。So one more time. 这里先，
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 那里先，
那里
先。
Yes. Wonderful. So next one is also very important. 一起读 Let's read together. 一起读，一起
读。
Okay, do is quite difficult for you, right? Don't worry. If you cannot pronounce this word, that's all right, because you can just say 一起 together, and then you hand out your book, and kids can understand. 一起，一起. So every time when we say 一起, which means together. Okay, so we have, it's our grammar, so we have 一起 and the verb. 一起读，一起读。好 everybody 跟我念，一起读，
一起读，
一起，
一起。
good 很好，好 it's good. And then next one is also together. 一起看，一起看，
一起看。
Yeah, 看 remember I said watch. 看这里，看那里. What we just learned. But here 一起看, it means maybe some students, sometimes they say, oh, I forgot my English book, because they buy it. And sometimes maybe you assign them some homework. So they just took that home and maybe they didn't really bring that day. So you can just ask his partner, 一起看，一起看，一起看. All right. It's wonderful. Let's continue. Next one. Maybe you sometimes want to teach some English song, okay? So you hope you can invite them to sing together. So in Chinese, we say 一起唱，一起唱。
一起唱。
Yeah, 一起唱。Yeah,
一起唱。
So 一起唱 is wonderful. As I say, if you forget the verb, just say 一起，一起，一起。 All right, just do your gesture. We can understand 一起. And then some students, they really lack, confidence. So you hope they can speak louder. You can say that, 请大声一点. 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 Okay, so everybody 跟我念，请大声一点。
请
大声一点。
好，非常好。All right, 请大声一点。And then, if you want to ask them some question, 可以吗 ？Is that okay? 可以吗？可以吗 ？Maybe you just give it in some, rule, step 1, step 2, they have to follow that. So you just want to make sure. So here is easier than, do you have any question? You can just ask 可以吗？可以吗？ And then they will answer you 可以 or 不可以。The next one, write it down, 写下来，写下来。So you don't really have to memorize these parts. So you can just, okay, right, so they can understand. And this one, when you have some, group task, sometimes you can, are you ready? Do you finish? We can say this one. 好了吗？好了吗？ So everybody 跟我念，好了吗？
好了吗？
好了吗？ 好了吗？
Yeah, it's very common, not only just in the classroom, all right? Even out of the classroom, out of school, 好了吗? Are you ready? It's okay, 好了吗? 好了吗? For example, you want to hang out with your friends, but they are not ready. They still want to do some makeup, 好了吗? Are you ready? 好了吗? Yeah, so they can answer you. If they are ready, they can say 好了. If they are not ready, not yet, they will say 还没. 还没. Yeah, so listen to me. 好了，还没。好了，还没。Yeah, so that is their answer. You will hear that very often. Okay, next one. 做这个. Okay, I try to use this term for you for the universal task. So if you want them to do something, 做这个 means that do this. So for example, you have a competition, some game. So what's your answer? You think that it's an A, please give me A, right? Or if you want to say the Chinese, 做这个. So any kind of gesture you want them to do, you can say this word, this sentence, 做这个. 做这个. Or if you want them to do some homework, you can just take out 做这个. 做这个. Do it now. We can also say 做这个. So this short phrase is very useful. 做这个. 做这个. Okay, so everybody 跟我念做这个.
做
这个.
Yeah, wonderful. 做这
个.
Yeah, 做这个. Okay, so 做这个, 做这个, 做这个. So they just do that. What do you want them to do? So you can just say this with your body language to guide them. What do you want them to do? And this one, 我们来玩游戏. Let's play it again. You can just say English. That's okay. Especially kids know game, right? And hurry, 快一点. So you can say hurry because I think most students, they understand that. And what is the answer? Okay, what is the answer? 答案是什么? But answer is really very common in our society. So I think this part is also okay. And this one, very important, one more time. So in Chinese, we say 再一次. 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 Okay, so everybody 跟我念再一次.
再
一次.
再一次.
再一次.
Yes, good, wonderful. So we want ask them, demand them to do that again. 再一次. Okay, so when they feel very frustrated, you can just comfort it, right? So in Chinese, we often say 没关系, that's okay. or 加油. Go, go, keep going. All right. Yeah, 加油. So you can say English, that's okay. But with the body language, just go, just go. We can understand that. 加油. All right. But 加油 can also mean you add a feel. So if you drive in Taiwan, you want to add a feel, you can also say 加油. Okay. So it's a one stone kill two birds. If you learn 加油, you can use that in the daily life or just in the classroom. 加油, keep going. And then next one, where is yours? All right. So if you want to ask them, sometimes maybe they lost their homework or their textbook, something like that. You can just ask them. 你的呢? Okay. And this one, who is the next one? They can understand that in English, so don't worry. And then I'm fine, I'm good. All right. This one, if you want them to put away their book, just say 把书收起来. 把书收起来. So it's, I didn't really say that it's important, but it's kind of a key word. So please repeat after me. 跟我念. 要考试咯. 要考试咯. It's time for our quiz or test. 要考试咯. All right. So if you say 要考试咯, okay, you will see their face. And then time up. 时间到. 时间到. Okay. So time. 时间到. 时间. All right. 时间. Time up. 时间到. And then let's just go to the next one. 安静. Okay, be quiet. Yeah, so you can also do a gesture. And 好好说, just say it slowly, okay, with ease. 好好说. And 好好走, because some students, maybe they run, okay? And you know, it's very crowded in Taiwan. We are just a small island. So sometimes it's very easy to have some accident. So we just remind them 好好走, especially in the hallway. Okay, 好好走. And then that's how I just say that. If they want to eat something in the class, you can just ask them 下课吃. 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 And 下课喝. All right, 下课喝. And this one is quite important because I mentioned we have 10 minutes break. So usually we don't allow students to go to the restaurant during the class. Okay, we don't do that. Okay, unless you know that it's an emergent situation. So usually we just say 下课去. You can do it during the recess. 下课去. 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 All right. So here, 不好意思，我不知道. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't know. Maybe some your student asks you some question, but you don't know. So you can say that 我不知道. And you will hear that very often in Taiwan, 不好意思. It's kind of equal to like your excuse me. Okay, so sometimes if you want to bother someone, 不好意思, 不好意思. You can use this to start your conversation. 不好意思, 不好意思. Okay, all right. And this one, if you feel sorry, you want to apologize, we say 对不起, 对不起. So if you are late, 对不起，我迟到了. And this is a very special case in Taiwan. Sometimes the teacher will have their own meeting, even that's in the teaching time. So the teacher have to say, sorry, I have a meeting. 对不起，我要去开会. Okay, so it's also a very special case. And most of the time, they don't really have any volunteer to help you to take care of the class. So you need the class leader to help you to maintain the situation. Okay. And so if you are meeting, you can just ask them to do self-reading. You can say, 你们看书. 你们看书. Okay, so let's look order why I put the flashcard. Depends on the situation. And in the end of the class, homework, right? So you can say 功课. 这是功课. 功课. That is mean homework. 功课. And I say, if you didn't finish your scheduled teaching, you can say 还没下课, not yet. Okay, not yet. I want to continue my teaching. 还没下课,还没. So remember 还没, not yet. 还没 is not yet. 下课 class dismissed. 还没下课,还没下课. Okay. So 下课 dismissed. And then 谢谢, right? It's very common in the daily life. And you are welcome. 不客气,不客气. And then you can ask who is the class leader. 班长是谁? 班长是谁? Who is class leader? 班长是谁? 班长是谁? All right, especially the first day, you can ask that. 班长是谁? And the last one, as I mentioned, who is your English assistant? You can say 谁是英文小帮手? 谁是英文小帮手? Helper, 小帮手, 小帮手. Okay, so this part, you can I just quickly go through the whole flashcard. So you can practice that by yourself, and at least you know what kind of context you can use that, right? So let me just go back to my PowerPoint. So the last one here. Okay. So as I mentioned that when you to do the Chinese, I mean, you have to say to do some, ask them something in Chinese. I will suggest you to think about when to use that. Don't use that, very often, okay? Because they just say, okay, so you can speak Mandarin, I can speak in Mandarin to you, all right? And then you also have to think about, did it work? When you said I cannot really understand, or maybe something, you still have some gap, that's okay. So you can change another way to communicate with them, all right? So don't worry about that, because you don't really have that kind of, Mandarin fundamentation. So don't give yourself a lot of pressure, because I think that that's why you are here. You need to teach them English, right? And sometimes you have to use some imagination to use our language. So here, the last part, I just provided you some kind of a tip. So like a number, all right? Because we have the recording, so don't worry. This QR code also give you the way to learn the Chinese number. But I just share you some kind of tip. So for example, like a 0, 零, 零. You can think about 零 to your language. It's very similar to what? I will say like a Miss Lin or Mr. Lin, right? It's also a very common surname in your country. So you can think that. And then E is our 1. So when I put together, okay, I think about like an ear, all right? Your ear. So you can, okay, Mr. Lin's ear, all right? Mr. Lin's ear, 零一二, 零一二. And then the 3, we say 三, all right? So I think the sun, kind of like a sun, right? Sun. Okay, so it's very exaggerated. Mr. Lin's ear just read as a sun. Sun. Okay, and this one, 四, number 4, 四. It's very difficult to think about that, but I think 四, maybe like a seal, okay, the animal. So Mr. Lin, he likes seal, 四, a lot. And the 5, 五, I think about like a wood. So Mr. Lin, he is a fan of the Harry Potter, so he likes to use a stick of wood as an indicator. Okay, wood. And then 六, 6. So Leo, I think about like my kids, my son, Leo. So Leo. So maybe Mr. Lin's student, Leo. And then 7, 7. 7. I think about my son's, chubby cheek. So 7, cheek. And then 8, 8. I think like a bubble tea. So 8, 8. Okay. And 9, 9. 9. I think about like a geography. Geography. The last one, 10. 10. Okay. 10 is really very difficult, just like the 4. So I would think like 10, 10. So give you some trigger to memorize that. Okay. So I will give you this map. So that is how I just put all together. The first of all, Lin, Mr. Lin, and his ear, right? Ear. Just read as a sound, san. And then he like seal, 4. Seal. All right, see. And he is a fan of Harry Potter, so he likes to use wood. 5 indicator. 5. And his student Leo. Okay. And today on his cheek, there's a kiss. All right. So Mr. Lin asked him, what's going on? And he say, oh, you see, I bring this bubble tea. Because my father, he's a geographer. He said I need to share that to you. Share. All right. So we don't really have much time, but it's kind of, strategy for you to learn it. And let me just repeat that one more time. So you can 跟我念 1 2 Okay, I also show you how to do the gesture in Chinese. 3 4
4
5
5
6
6
7
7
8
8
9
9
10
10
10 Wonderful.
10
Yes. Okay, so you can also use the Quizlet to help you remind you, refresh your memory. And the last one is something like a classroom tool, like how we say ruler, how we say computer in Chinese. So you can also scan this and just keep it. I will give you this PowerPoint to the F Fulbright, so maybe they can also hand that to you. All right, don't worry. So wrap up. Today, I just share you some difference in our classroom from your classroom. And sometimes if you want to manage them, you have to come yourself, understand the cultural difference. It can help you. And maybe some tips, not only just Quizlet. Maybe one day, if you really want to learn the Mandarin, it can help you. So we don't really have much time, but I still want to ask, do you have any question? And I hope no, because you needed to take some rest, right? So in the end, I just hope that you believe in yourself, and I believe you will enjoy that, okay? And your class is calling for you. And the last part, 谢谢, thank you. All right, so that is my class. Any question here? Oh, I saw some Chinese character in chat room. 谢谢. Wonderful. So far, how is everything in Taiwan? Did you get out of the hotel? No, you are still in Cali, right? I saw you just give you a big no.
Yeah, I actually got here yesterday.
Oh, really? Still have the Taijie, right? Oh, sorry.
It's so
And
exciting though.
I have to warn you, it's very hot outside.
Yeah. The
Just in the
humidity.
oven. I turn on the AC all the time during the summer. I have to say. Oh, okay, I see. Oh, Melina, also you, first day out. How is that? Good? Terrible? Or okay.
That was
All right.
fun to get outside. It's very hot.
It's very hard. And I want to tell you, I saw some YouTube, some ETA, when they come to Taiwan, they do some, video channel. They want to introduce Taiwan. And when they go back, they become their memory. They can share that to their friends. It's wonderful. I would say that it's a really wonderful idea for you too. And also, I believe Fulbright, they also arrange some kind of, study partner for you. So if you have any question, Fulbright will always support you. So that's it. All right. So I just finished my class. And I think that it's time for you to take a break, right? Yeah. Okay. So please stand up, do some exercise. All right. So see you. And I hope one day in person. 拜拜，再见，拜拜，
谢谢，
再见，谢谢老师。
再见。
不客气，
谢谢你，
不客气，
谢谢
再见。
我有一个问题。Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we're fine. So it's a break time, right? 毛小姐是吗？是毛，是没错吗？
老师，那个 James 有个问题要请问您。
哦，好。
James,
Hi,
go
James.
ahead.
Yeah, please go ahead. James, are you okay? I saw the Pingdong. Is that Pingdong?
Oh yeah. Sorry, I had a question.
Sure.
So if a good lesson, by the way. I was gonna ask. I speak Mandarin already pretty decently because I studied it in school, and I was wondering how often, do you recommend using it in the classroom then?
Can you say again? Sorry, because my speaker is.
Oh, sorry. I'm in a car right now. If I already speak Mandarin like decently well, how often do you recommend using it when I'm teaching classes?
Okay, I would suggest you try not use your body language. But if you have to, especially for you want to, have that kind of very wonderful relationship with a student with some some specific, circumstance.
Yeah.
You can do that. But don't do that. I mean, I will try to say, if you like you say, you can say very decent Mandarin. So which means that you can just, care your students, maybe some very sweet words, but try not to do that in the public. Yeah. You can just after, like during the recess, you can, are you okay? And you can try use English first. Are you okay? And when he it seems that he feel or she feel very confused, you can say, 还好吗? Okay, 还好吗? Because it's true. Kids, they know how to deal with, other language. If they realize that you can speak Mandarin, they just don't force themselves to speak English to you. It's quite true. It's also universal.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's what I was wondering about. Since I'm obviously wanting to encourage them to listen to and speak English, how much I should be bringing in Mandarin. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
And I have to tell you another thing. If you pretend you don't understand, Chinese, and sometimes they say something, they will say, okay, we have to do that. They will try to put their limit. So that is wonderful. But I know, James, I have to give you a suggestion. Let your worker know you can speak very, fluent Chinese. That's good. Your co-worker, they can know, but your student, maybe not. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
Hi everyone. Is everyone's here? Hi, hello. Okay, so while we are waiting for other people, let me introduce myself. I'm Anthony Jianling, and I was the FLTA last year. So I went to Missouri State, Springfield, the university called Drury University, and I just like taught Mandarin Chinese there as primary teacher. So it is really my pleasure to give yourself a really brief like introduction of some very basic phrases, like how to like ask questions to your neighbors, and there are some like surroundings to get to know, um, and then how to throw out the garbage, because we have different like a policy for garbage disposal, and we also in Taiwan we do recycling. So I think it will be very useful for you guys like to use these phrases like in your daily life here in Taiwan. Okay, and in this breakout rooms, I will ask you guys to like repeat after me, but you don't have to unmute yourself. You just repeat and then by yourself, and then maybe I will ask some of you guys to do the speaking practice with me. So just be alerted. Maybe I will like ask you to say something. So just don't be shy. And if you don't feel comfortable with that, you just say that I have some problem with my microphone or something. And just don't be too worried about this. I know you guys may not have any experience like in Mandarin Chinese, but learning a language should be fun, right? So like, because you are coming to Taiwan to teach like Taiwanese students English, maybe some of them, they don't have any English experience either. So yeah, so it's a great way like to encourage your students like to just open their mouths and speak. All right, so let's start our today's topic. So for today's like outlines, this presentation will cover like the basic greeting to people in Mandarin Chinese. And we will also talk about like how to ask people's address. So how to ask, where do you live in Mandarin Chinese? And then we will like also cover the mail address in Mandarin Chinese. And then how to ask like different type of housing if you need to rent a house in Taiwan. And then also the rooms, how to say the rooms in Mandarin Chinese. And then how to ask neighbor questions. And then also the most important thing is how to do the garbage like disposal and recycling. Okay, so just give you a very like basic like introduction of Mandarin Chinese. Mandarin Chinese is our like speaking system. So basically, we are different from Cantonese and from other like Chinese dialects. So we call like the language Mandarin. And then although Mandarin Chinese, we share the same writing system with Cantonese and other Chinese dialects, our pronunciation is really different. And then I just want you guys to know that in Mandarin Chinese, our writing systems, like each character, Chinese character, carries one syllable, but it doesn't mean that one syllable means can form a word. So basically, there are some words that contain like 2 or 3 syllables, which means they have more than one characters. So some words, they have only one syllable, one character, and some words, they contain multiple syllables and multiple words. Okay, so all right, let's go into the next slide. All right, so here we have a vocabulary. So everyone, and please repeat after me. 老师 Okay, 老师. So here, 老师 means teacher or instructor. So as you can see that this word contains 2 syllables and 2 characters, and it forms a word, 老师. Okay, so in our culture, if you meet a teacher, you just call them 老师, no matter the teacher is your teacher or the teacher is your school colleagues. You also call him or her 老师, and then by adding their family name before this title. So for example, my last name is and you want to greet me, you say 林老师, 林老师. Okay, so this is the my names in Chinese characters in pinyin and 注音. As you can see that the second row of this table is my names in Chinese character, and the third row is the pinyin. Pinyin is the sound transcription system, one of the sound transcription systems in Mandarin Chinese. And the last row is called 注音. 注音 is another way to transcribe the Mandarin sound. And basically for beginners and for the people live in mainland China, they use pinyin. And for the people that live in Taiwan, we use 注音. So you can tell why, right now you can tell why people for beginners, they prefer to use pinyin. That's because pinyin, it use the English alphabet. So basically it is easier for you guys to pick up. And for 注音, because it is another way of writing the sound, we use different symbols. So if you want to learn 注音, you need to learn new symbols. So it may be a little more difficult for you guys, as for beginners. And you can see that my name is Lin Zhian, but my family name is in the beginning. So it is different from English name. English names, you guys put your family names after your given name. But in China or in Taiwan, we put our family names before our given name. So next time, if you if your colleagues introduce themselves to you, they will when they say their name, you need to know that usually the first character, the first syllable is their family name. And if you want to call them, you just use the title 老师 and put their last name before 老师. Okay. So everyone, I want you to listen and say, you don't have to unmute yourself, just practice how to say it. Okay, so when you try to greet to someone, we usually say 你好. 你好. Okay, 你好, the literal translation is you good. So 你 means you, 好 means good. So 你好 means you good. But basically 你好 means hello. So when people greet to you, you say, hey, 你好, and you just reply, 你好. Okay, and then if they know you are a teacher, like your students, your colleagues know you are a teacher, they will say 老师好. 老师好. Okay, so 好 means good, right? So 老师好 means teacher good. So it just say hello teacher, hello teacher, 老师好. Okay, so when your students greet to you, you say, hi, 老师好, and you can say 同学好. 同学好. Here, 同学 means students. So you can say students, hello students, 同学好. 同学好. Okay, so right now I will pick two of you guys to do the practice with me. So if you don't mind, I will call your name. Are you ready? Are you ready? Yes. Okay. So how about we choose Emily? Hi, Emily. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Emily. 你好。
你好. Oh, should I say 老师好?
同学好. Okay, very good. So that's a very basic greeting. Okay, so very good. Thank you, Emily. And then how about Liam? Hi, Liam.
你好，
你好，
老师好。
同学好. Okay, very good. Everybody, you did a good job. So, okay, so let's continue. All right, so here, let's jump into our topic. So sometimes you want to know people's address and know where are they from. So we will use this like questions and people can answer like this. So we have the title 问地址. 问 here is to ask. 地址 is a word, means address. So when people want to ask you, where do you live? People will ask you, 你住哪里? 你住哪里? Here, 住 is the verb, is live, and 哪里 is where. Okay, so the literal translation will be you live where, and people will answer 我住, 我住, and they will put the place. Like if you are going to Taipei and you are going to stay in Taipei, so you can say 我住台北. And if you are going to other city in Taiwan, like Tainan, you will say 我住台南. So here we have a map, okay, Taiwanese map here. So I would like to ask you guys to say where are you going to stay according to the map, okay? All right, so how about Kathleen? Hi, Kathleen. 你好.
老师好，
Okay, very good. Okay, so Kathleen, 你住哪里?
我住高雄，
很好, very good. Wow. Okay, thank you, Kathleen. And how about Vivian? Hi, Vivian.
Hi，你好，
你好. 你住哪里?
我住台北。
很好, very good. Thank you, Vivian. Okay, so here is a very like simple like question. When people ask you, where do you live? You can just say 我住, where. Okay, and then if you want to, because of pandemic and COVID-19, sometimes you don't want to go out, right? Sometimes you really want to eat something. You can call Uber Eats, right? Or in Taiwan, we have another like food delivery like app. It's called Food Panda. And then maybe you want to buy something online. You need to enter the address of your place. So here, when people ask you, or you need to fill out some very important form, and when people ask you like, what's your home address? People will ask you like this. So everybody repeat after me. 你家地址是? 你家地址是? Okay, so here 你 is you, right? And 家 is home. 地址 is address. 是 is the be verb. So you will like answer if your house address is like this. You will say, oh, number 45 Shifu Road, Xinyi District, Taipei City. But I want you to observe the address in Mandarin Chinese in the Chinese characters. It's different from the English like way of writing the address. Does anybody know what's the difference? Anybody wants to answer by the observation?
Your city comes first, or in like English, the number you live at comes first.
Yes.
Like if I was saying my address, like I would say like 1415 Parsons Avenue, blah blah blah.
Yes, exactly. So basically, thank you very much. So basically in our like writing, like to write the address, we will put the bigger place first and then goes to the smaller like units. So we will put the city first and then the district and then the road, and the last things will be the number. So remember that it is totally opposite from the ways, like English ways of writing the address. So this is the things you need to pay attention, or maybe our post office systems, they will get confused. All right, so that's the thing. Oh, by the way, the address of this, like number 45 Shifu Road, Xinyi District, Taipei City, is Taipei 101. Yeah. Okay, so everyone, let's practice how to pronounce the address of Taipei 101. Okay, so let's start from the question. 你家地址是？你家地址是？ And then answer. 台北市信义区市府路45号。台北市信义区市府路45号。Okay, so any questions so far? Like for the address and where do you live? Any question?
Do they put county?
Yeah, we have county. We have county. County is called 县. I will write the pinyin for you in our chat room. 县. The county is 县. Okay, and the county basically is the second big unit. So it will, but the county is basically at the same like status of the city. So if this place is a city, it cannot be a county. Yeah. All right, so let's talk about some cultural things. So cultural literacy, about privacy. So basically Taiwanese people, we don't usually ask people's address at the beginning. Like when they first meet each other, they won't like ask people, hey, 你家地址是? No. So basically that will be too prompt. But you can ask people, 你住哪里? Because that will be a very vague like question and answer. Just say, oh, I'm from Taipei. I stay in Kaohsiung. So for this, the sentence patterns in the orange like color, it is only for very close friends. So to ask people's address. And for this one, you can ask your colleagues, say, oh, 你住哪里? And people will say, I live in somewhere. So this is the things I want to mention about privacy. Okay, and then we'll go into the other topic. Is about the type of housing. So basically, if you want to like start a conversation by asking like people's housing, like what type of housing they are living, it is good because in Taiwan, people like to talk about their house. Yeah, so it is a good topic to like talk with your friends and your colleagues. So we have the word here. It's called 房子. So everybody say 房子. Okay, 房子 means housing or house, and 类型means type. Okay, so here we have the sentence pattern here. The question is, 你住什么房子? 你住什么房子? What kind of housing do you live in? Okay, here we have a verb called 住. Okay, so this verb appears like from the previous slides is live. And here we have the question particle in blue color. It's called 什么. Okay, 什么 means what kind of or what. And then we have the new vocabulary called 房子. 房子 is house or housing. And here you can answer 我住 我住, and then you put the type of housing. So here we have the apartment complex. This type of housing is really common in Taiwan because, you know, Taiwan is a very small place. It's really crowded. So it is impossible for everyone to have their own house. You can see people have their own house in the countryside, maybe in the eastern Taiwan, in Yilan, Hualien, Taitung, because the land there, there are lands for people to build their own houses. But in the city area, people usually there's not enough land for people, so usually people will choose to buy like apartment, and people like to buy apartments in the apartment complexes because the apartment complex, there will be the security, there will be a security system. So this apartment complex is my apartment complex. So you can see that here we have a security gate here, and then when you need to use the special key to get into the gate, and then you go to your building, and it is much more safer for people to live in. All right, so this type of housing is called 社区大楼。社区大楼。Okay, so if you are going to stay in 社区大楼, you will say 我住社区大楼。我住社区大楼。All right, and there are another kinds of housing you may stay in Taiwan, and we have two words here. And on the left side, the word is called 套房, 套房, and on the right side, the word is called 雅房, 雅房. So basically, 套房 and 雅房, they are rooms, okay, in an apartment. Sometimes people they can only afford to rent the rooms in an apartment, and they have to share some public spaces with their floor mats. So based on the type of the rooms, it has these two names. 套房 means it is a room or a studio that has individual bathroom, so you don't have to share your bathroom with other people, but sometimes you need to share the kitchen and the living room with your floor mat. And then 雅房 is just a room. It doesn't have the bathroom, your own bathroom, so you have to share the bathroom with your floor mat. And sometimes the 套房 will only have a room or a bathroom, and it has nothing else. It doesn't have any kitchen, it doesn't have any living room. You just go into the door, and then you see a bed, and it has another room. It has another room called a bathroom. So sometimes 套房 will be like this. Okay, so if you want to say I live in a studio apartment, you can say 我住套房, or you say 我住雅房. All right, and if you are lucky enough and you can stay in a house, you will say 透天厝, 透天厝. All right, so you can say 我住透天厝, 我住透天厝. And then if you are going to stay in school or in school dormitory, you will say 宿舍, 宿舍. So you say 我住宿舍, 我住宿舍. All right, so how about we practice? I will ask some people to practice the sentence patterns with me. So let me call some. What about Mike? Hi, Mike.
你好，老师，我住套房，
你住套房，很好，谢谢。
谢谢。
What about Julia? Hi, Julia. 你好，
老师好，
你住什么房子？
我去雅房。
很好，谢谢。Okay, and how about Emma? Hi, Emma. 你好，
老师好，
你住什么房子？
我住套房。
很好，谢谢。What about Catherine? Hi, Catherine. 你好，
老师好，
你住什么房子？
我去雅房，
很好，谢谢。
谢谢。
好，very good. Everybody, you did a good job. I love your pronunciation. Your pronunciation is accurate. I like it. Okay. So yeah, just like by the way, I want to say that like to learn Mandarin Chinese, the tone is really important. So always pay attention to the tone, even though you don't know what tone is this, like is this the first tone, second tone, third tone, fourth tone, it doesn't matter, because learning Chinese is just like learning how to sing. So every time you listen to the song, you don't like analyze like what kind of notes is this? Is this a do sound? Is this a re sound? No, right? You just like imitate the sounds. So just like listen carefully and try to imitate the sounds, and then you will pronounce well. All right, and then let's go to the next topic. Oh, okay. So when people ask you, wow, when people know, wow, you live in the studio, you live in the apartment complex, wow, 你住套房，你住雅房, and people may wonder like how many rooms are there in your place, right? So here we have a word called 房间. 房间. Okay, 房间 means rooms. Okay, rooms. So here we have a question. 有几间房间？有几间房间？ Okay, so here 有 means there is, there are. 几间 means how many. 房间 means room. So the literal translation of this sentence will be, there is how many rooms. All right, and your answer. There is 有一间 blah blah blah. 两间 blah blah blah. Okay, so 一间 means a what? 两间 means two what? In Chinese, usually if we want to like say how many is the things, we will use the numerals, the numbers 一, and if it is two, you will say 两. And what is 间? 间is the classifiers. The classifier means to determine what kind of things is this. So usually we will have the numerals plus classifiers. All right. Okay, so here we have rooms. Sometimes if you live in studios, you don't have kitchen and living room. So today we will not cover kitchen and living room. But if you really want to know, you just say, teacher, can you say living rooms and kitchens if you need that, okay? All right, and I will type it in our chat room. Okay, so here we have bathroom and bedroom. So everyone, bathroom, we say 浴室. 浴室. Okay, and then the bedroom, we will say 卧室. 卧室. Okay, so you can answer the question by saying 有一间浴室，两间卧室, which means there are a bathroom and two bedrooms. Okay. All right, so let's practice this. So 有几间房间？同学，你家有几间房间？ How about Ross? Hi, Ross.
老师好，
嗨，同学好。你家有几间房间？
有一间
Yeah.
浴室，有2间卧室。
很好，谢谢。All right, then next one. How about Adina?
老师好，
同学好，你家有几间房间？
有一间浴室，2间卧室。
很好，谢谢 Adina。
谢谢。
All right, next one. How about Samantha?
老师好，
同学好，你家有几间房间？
有一间浴室，2间卧室。
很好，谢谢 Samantha。All right, everybody, you did a good job. So let's go to the next topic. All right, so for cultural literacy, house hunting, if you have the chance to find your own place to stay in Taiwan, usually like people like in Taiwan, we use this website, Find91 website to find a house. And if you don't know how to do it online, you can also find many like rental agencies in Taiwan. So these are the rental agencies, a lot of like advertisements here, but you need to be careful about some rental agency. They will charge you some like service fees, and some of them don't speak English, but I think most of them they speak English. But if you are real prepared, you can try to negotiate with them in Chinese. All right, and for me, every time when I try to find a new place to stay, I always go online and then contact the landlord by myself, because usually in Taiwan, the landlord, if the landlord is nice, we can argue the rent with them, so do some bargaining. In Taiwan, like I want you guys to know that in Taiwan, bargaining is really acceptable. So sometimes if you think the price is not acceptable, try to bargain. Okay, just always try to bargain, no matter you are in the night market or in a store or like a taxi, try to bargain. Okay, and maybe they will give you a better deal. All right, so that's the things I want to talk about house hunting. All right. Yeah, and Facebook, thank you. Yeah, we can do it like on Facebook. Okay, so what is an acceptable bargaining range? Like how much less should you ask for? For me, sometimes if it is a tourist attraction, sometimes I would try to cut in half. And if they become very angry and you just add like about like 300 on it, and that would be acceptable price. Yeah, based on my experience and my mom's experience. So because every time I do grocery shopping with my mom, she always does that. So I learned this kind of things from her. Yeah. But the condition is it is in a tourist attraction. But if it is in the night market, it is in a traditional market, you can just like cut it like how to say 20% off, 20% off. And I think that would be a acceptable price. Okay. Good. All right. So let's go to the next one. Okay. So the conversation will become more complicated. Okay. So here the topic is asking neighbors questions. So everyone here, the topic, the title here, 问邻居问题。问邻居 问题. Okay, so here 问 is the verb, is ask. 邻居 is neighbor, neighbor. 问题 is question, question. So the literal translation of this topic is ask neighbors question. Okay, and then here we have the conversation. Okay, A will be you, B will be your neighbor. Okay, so here repeat after me. 大哥，不好意思，请问社区的健身房在哪里？ One more time. 大哥，不好意思，请问社区的健身房在哪里？ And this person will reply you. 在 C 栋1楼，在 C 栋1楼。And you say 谢谢您 and he will say 不客气。 All right, so the question here is to ask like where is blah 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 place in our apartment complex or in our community. So if you want to ask people questions, you can you can say excuse me first, right? In Taiwan, people say excuse me by saying 不好意思，不好意思。And you can see that Taiwanese people like to say 不好意思 all the time, no matter in what kind of situation. If you want to ask people a question, usually we start our conversation, start our question by saying 不好意思. Okay, and then 大哥 is a term like to call a male, like a male who is older than you. Like call him big brother, big brother. Just try to get close with him. You say, hey, big brother, excuse me, like this. 大哥，不好意思. And then here we have 请问, right? Okay, 请问 is I would like to ask. I would like to ask. 社区 is complex or the community. Oh, sorry. And then 健身房 is the gym. 在哪里 is the question particle, means in where. All right, and here the answer 在 C 栋1楼 you say it's in the first floor of C building. So C 栋 is building. 1楼 楼 is floor. 1 is first or one. So the first floor. All right, so here I think this like the first questions will be useful for you. You can always like say 不好意思 and add their title. You say 大哥不好意思 and then you use 请问 I would like to ask 社区的健身房在哪里? So if you want to ask like a place, you want to find a place, you always say bra 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 在哪里? Bra bra means the place. Bra 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 在哪里? All right, so here the way like to call a person, to call your neighbor. So if you really don't know like how old is this person and you don't want to call him big brother or big sister, you can always like call them 先生 or 小姐 先生 means Mr. 小姐 means Miss. Okay, and if this person you think you can call Mrs., don't call her Mrs. because she will get angry. Always call a female, always call a woman Miss 小姐 in Taiwan, and they will be very happy and they will be willing to answer your question. All right. So here you change the title here. You say 先生不好意思，请问社区的健身房在哪里? Or you say 小姐不好意思，请问社区的健身房在哪里? All right. But if you can tell that this person is older than you and you want to get close to them, you can call them big brother or big sister, right? So here we have 大哥 and then big sister, 大姐. So you can call them 大哥你好，不好意思，请问社区的健身房在哪里? or you say 大姐不好意思，请问社区的健身房在哪里？ All right, so let's practice like this question. So how about, let me think. Matthew. Hi, Matthew. 你好。
老师。
Hey, can you try to use this title like Mr. or Miss to ask the question?
先生，不好意思，请问社
区
的身房在哪里？
Okay, very good. 很好，谢谢 Matthew.
谢谢。
Okay, and how about Joshua? Hi, Josh.
你好。
你好。
大姐，不好意思，请问市区的健身房在哪里？
很好。Can you say the title again? Did you say 先生 or 小姐? Which one?
Oh, I said 大姐。
Oh, you say 大姐. Okay, good job. Thank you, Josh. And then how about Kevin?
Yes.
Okay, Kevin, 你好。
你好，老师好。
Okay.
大姐，不好意思，请问市区的健身房在哪里？
很好，谢谢。All right, very good. So let's talk about some cultural things. So why in Taiwan people like to call the older like male or female bro and sis is because we would like to get connection with them. So sometimes if you want to get close with this person, we just call them like some family term. You will call them, hey bro, hey sis, like that. When you want to like want to get connection with them. And then sometimes like when people hear you call them bro and sis, they will feel they are young, they are not that old, so they will be happy. So that's why we always say this to the elderlies, so just to make them happy, and they think, yeah, I'm your bro, I'm your sis, I'm not your grandpa or grandma. Yeah, so that's the cultural things. All right, so let me check your questions in our chat box. How often should we use 您 vs 你 and for who? Oh, good question. Okay, so for 您. Okay, here, did you see the line 3? 谢谢您. 您 is a formal term. So if you would like to like show your respect to this person, you say 您 instead of 你. It is second person plural form, but it is a formal term. So if you would like to thank this person and you respect him, you say 您. And sometimes we use 您 when we are not that close. So if I don't want to be friend with you, even if you are not older than me, I will also say 您. I say, okay, 谢谢您. That means we are just like being very formal, not casual. And if some people, they don't want you to be that formal, they will just say, oh, don't call me 您, you just say 你. Okay, so it just determines like how close you want to be with this person. And the rule of thumb is that the first time you always use 您, and then after that, if you think you are close enough with this person, you can use 你. Okay. And then can we still respectfully get people's attention without formal gender titles? Okay, so like you mean don't use 先生 and 小姐, right?
Right.
Okay, you can just say 不好意思. You just don't use the title. So don't use 大哥 or 大姐. You just say 不好意思，请问社区的健身房在哪里? And that's okay. Okay, if you don't want to use the gender title, you just say, excuse me, I would like to ask, where is the gym? Like this. All right. All right, good. Any more questions? Okay, we still have 14 minutes. I think we have enough time. So let's go to next topic. All right, so the garbage disposal and recycling. Okay. Oh, we have another question here. Noah said, why 在哪里 instead of just 哪里? Because we need to say in where. 在 means in, and 哪里 just where. So sometimes we need to say the gene is in where, because it's in our complex, right? Or in our community. So we usually use in where. 在哪里? 在哪里 means in where. 哪里 just where. All right. So let's talk about how to throw out your garbage, okay, in Taiwan. So we have 丢垃圾. Okay, everyone say 丢垃圾. Okay, 丢垃圾 means throw out the garbage. 丢 is throw, and 垃圾 is garbage. 和 means end. Okay, 做资源回收. 做 means do. 资源回收 means recycling. All right, so here we have the conversation. So everyone listen and repeat. A will be you, B will be your neighbor. So 大姐，不好意思，请问社区哪里可以丢垃圾？大姐，不好意思，请问社区哪里可以丢垃圾？在地下室1楼，在地下室1楼。All right, so here when you try to ask where can I throw the garbage, you use the like gender term. You say 大姐 ma'am. Okay, excuse me, 不好意思，请问 I would like to ask. 社区 it means the complex and our community. 哪里 is the question particle, say where. Okay. Here we don't use 在哪里 because where can I throw the garbage? You don't say where can we throw the garbage, right? Okay, 可以 is the verb is can. Okay, can I? And then 丢垃圾 throw the garbage. Okay, as you can see that the grammar, the order of each particle is a little bit different from English. And then here we say that your neighbor will answer 在地下室1楼，在地下室1楼, and he will say, okay, we can throw the garbage at the B1. Okay, B1 地下室，地下室 is basement, 地下室，1楼 is first floor, so basement first floor means B1. All right, so that's it. If you are living in a community, in a apartment complex, basically the security, they will, or the community center, the complex center, they will help everyone to do the garbage disposal and recycling. So you need to put the garbage into a certain area, and they will do the garbage disposal and recycling for you. But if you are living by yourself or living in a separate apartment or a studio, usually you have to throw out the garbage by yourself. Nobody will help you to throw out the garbage. So here, if you need to do that, your neighbor will say, 去楼下等垃圾车，去楼下等垃圾车。Okay, 去楼下 means go downstairs,等 is wait for. So you have to go downstairs and wait for the garbage truck. 垃圾车 is garbage truck. All right, and you need to know what time, right? What time? So you will ask, 几点去等？几点去等？几点 means what time? 去等 is go there and wait. So when should I be there? And then your neighbor will tell you 6点半, 6:30, and then she reminds you, say 要记得用专用塑胶袋 合作资源回收哦。Okay, so here she reminds you, remember to use the mandatory waste plastic bags and do recycling. You say, wow, I have to buy the mandatory waste plastic bag. Yes, you have to do that, but only in New Taipei City area. If you need to throw the garbage by yourself, you have to put your garbage into the mandatory waste plastic bags. And rumor has it that like our government wants all like cities and areas to have their own mandatory waste plastic bags. Why the government needs to do that? Because we pay for the plastic bag and it is includes the tax of garbage disposal fee. So when we buy the mandatory waste plastic bags, we also pay for the fee, for the garbage disposal fee to the government. So that's why. Okay, so here, 丢垃圾. So everybody say 丢垃圾. So here I have a video clip for you guys to see. You can see that people in Taiwan, when they try to throw out their garbage into the garbage truck, some people, they will do this. Okay, just take a look at it.
是前镇区正勤路施甲社区前，一堆民众等不到垃圾，这时有位民众竟然站在对向车道，排在路中间。一看到垃圾车出现，大家没有一涌而上，而是像投篮一般，把手上的垃圾抛丢到车斗里。民众拍下来的影片中，丢垃圾的人路边排站，仿佛在比背力。多数人垃圾丢进车斗里。 不过有一包垃圾丢到对向车道，这时客运公车刚好经过，而刚刚那包垃圾竟然就不见了。这一包垃圾的主人就追着公车跑，这一连串的行为看来险象环生。
Okay, so you can see that some people, they don't wait for the garbage truck to stop and then start throwing the garbage. Some people does that, so yeah, just you need to get used to it. But usually people will wait for the garbage truck to stop and then they throw the garbage into the garbage truck. And yeah, so that's the thing. So next time, don't be surprised, because some people, they just like to do this. So just be careful. Okay, so that's why we call 丢垃圾, 丢垃圾. Okay, so here we have two kinds of garbage, like a garbage truck. Oh, this what we call garbage cart, but in Chinese we all call them 垃圾车, 垃圾车. So this garbage carts is usually you can find it in your community, in your apartment complex basement. So you just need to throw the garbage into this cart, and the garbage disposal company will come and help people to do the garbage disposal. And then the garbage truck is where you see in the video, you need to throw the garbage into the truck. Okay, so we all call this 垃圾车, 垃圾车. Okay, and then we have this recycling truck. So we call 资源回收车. 资源回收车. 资源回收 is recycle. So we have a truck called 资源回收车. And usually the 资源回收车 will follows the 垃圾车. So when you throw the garbage and then you need to throw the things you need to do recycle to this cart. Okay. And then we have 资源回收桶. 资源回收桶 is the recycle bins. So usually you will find this in your school. So according to different recycle like items, you need to throw different things into the bins. And then so these are the categories for the recycling. So we have 塑胶类, okay, it's plastics. And then we have 铁铝罐, 铁铝类 is tin and aluminum cans and glass. 玻璃类. And usually if you have you have like lunch box for lunch, the box to put the container for the food. Usually we can do recycle, but we need to wash them. So that's what we call 铝箔包, or you can say 餐盒. And here is the same. 铝箔包is drink cartons. And then we have 保特瓶, pet bottles, the plastic bottles. So usually these 6 big categories are the things we usually recycled. So you can, at school, you can just put these things into the recycle bins. And if you are in your house, you need to put them in different plastic bags. Usually for me, I will put that in one plastic bag and then throw it to the 资源回收车, and the people on the truck, they will help you. They will separate the items. So you just need to separate the trash, the garbage, and the recycle items and put them into 2 different bags. And I think that's enough. All right. So here we have 专用垃圾袋. 专用垃圾袋 is the mandatory plastic bag. Usually in Taipei and New Taipei City, we will use this plastic bag. The red one is for New Taipei City. The blue one is for Taipei City. And the white one is when you go to the convenience store or when you go to do grocery shopping, you don't bring your bag. You can buy this bag as a shopping bag. And then when you go home, you can use this bag, this white bag, as the mandatory plastic bag. All right, so that's the thing for trash. So sometimes if you take out your trash to outside and waste there, some people, they will ride their scooters, come here to collect some recycled items. Okay, people do this for a living usually in town. Some of the people, they do this for a living by collecting the bottles or some recycled things. So usually I will give them the recycled things and then they collect and sell the things for money. So if you see this kind of like people on the street and they ask you for some recycled thing, yeah, if you don't mind, you can give it to them. All right, so I think that's it for today. Thanks for your listening. 谢谢. And we still have 2 minutes. So if you have any question, please don't hesitate to ask me. Anyone has questions? Or any slides you want me to go back and you can take notes or screenshots? No? All right, and I think that's it for today. And in the next session, you're going to another chat room. All right, so you can go back to the main chat room right now. Yeah, thank you very much. 谢谢.
Thank you.
So you can repeat after me. That will really help. So let's see. The topic you choose is eating in Taiwan. So let's start. This is Taiwan. Hello, 你好. I'm Fulbright FLTA, Jessie Lee, Li Pei Zhen. So later on, I will try to pronounce in Mandarin, and there's pinyin. And when you are looking at pinyin, I would like you to pay attention to how you pronounce those letters, because some of them are different from English. For example, ZH together is pronounced as zhi. You kind of retract your tongue a little bit, zhi, Okay, can you try it? Pei Zhen, call my name. Pei Zhen.
Hey, Jen.
Wow, you guys are wonderful. Very good. Pei Zhen. Hi, I'm Pei Zhen. 我是Pei Zhen. From Taichung, Taiwan. So this is Taichung, the central part of Taiwan. So where are you going? Which city are you going? Can you shout it out?
Taipei.
Taipei. Oh, Taipei. And Jiayi. Okay, Jiayi is here. Okay, so Lugang is in Zhanghua, not too far from Taichung, where I live. Hi, Marianne. Oh, here. I was a Fulbright FLTA 2021 to 2022 at Loyola Marymount University in LA. I just came back to Taiwan, and I'm so happy to see Marianne, who is from Loyola Marymount University, and she's coming to Taiwan in August. I'm so excited for all of you. My Fulbright teaching assistant experience in the States was so wonderful. And I do hope that you have the same wonderful experience in Taiwan. Okay. So today I'm going to share with you eating in Taiwan. So in the upcoming 1 hour, what we're going to do is I'm going to share with you the eating culture in Taiwan. So you will learn some essential food that you will have in Taiwan. And of course, the survival Mandarin regarding eating. So in the United States, people greet each other, how are you today? But in Taiwan, this is how we actually greet each other. Are you full? 吃饱了吗? Or 吃饱了没? 吃饱了吗 is simply, are you full? And 没 means have not. Are you full or not? Okay, so are you full? 吃饱了吗? Can you repeat after me? 吃饱了吗?
吃饱了吗？
饱了吗？
Very good. Or 吃饱了没?
吃饱了没？
吃
很
饱了
好，
没？
很好，很好。Okay, 吃饱了吗 or 吃饱了没? This is Mandarin. Originally, it's from Taiwanese. Listen, 假爸呗, 假爸呗. So you see, it's very different, right? Taiwanese, 假爸呗. Mandarin, 吃饱了吗? So you see, Taiwanese and Mandarin basically are two different languages. And you will hear 假爸呗 quite often in Taiwan, okay? And why do people greet each other with 假爸呗 or 吃饱了没 or 吃饱了吗? Because people in Taiwan believe that food is the god of people. In Chinese, we say 民以食为天, means people take food as heaven, and heaven means God, okay? So food is the god of people. And we also said, nothing is more important than eating. In Chinese, it says, 吃饭皇帝大. 吃饭, eat rice, emperor, big. So what does that mean? Eating rice is more important than emperor. So 吃饭皇帝大. This is also from Taiwanese. 吃饭皇帝大. Okay, 吃饭皇帝大. And because of this, people in Taiwan emphasize eating so much. And you cannot live without eating, right? So eating is very important. 吃饭皇帝大. Can you say this? Let's try it. 吃饭皇帝大.
吃饭皇帝大。
皇帝大，吃饭皇帝大。
很好，很好. Okay. And here, well, when we say 吃饭皇帝大, eating is as important as an emperor. And here in Taiwan, we have all kinds of restaurants or food stands. You can eat like an emperor with very little money. And for example, if you don't want to eat at restaurants, this is somewhere you must go. We call 夜市. 夜市 means night market. Night market. 夜市. Let's try it. 夜市.
夜市
夜市
很好. Then 逛 means shop or walk around. Shop or walk around. 逛.
逛
Okay, now good. Now the same. Very good. 逛夜市. 逛夜市. So this is what 夜市 looks like. Very hustle, very busy, right? And you can find all kinds of food there. And they don't just serve food. There are all kinds of stuff you can buy from 夜市, or there are some games too. Okay, so you can eat at 夜市. But if you don't like noisy place like this, then this is where you can go. We have 4 major convenience store. Convenience store. 便利商店. Now try it. 便利商店.
便利
商店
Very good. 便利 means convenient or convenience. 商店 store. 便利商店. And what are the 4 famous or popular convenience store in Taiwan? The first one, you'll be very familiar with them. So these are the 4. The first one is 7-Eleven. You have that in the States, right? 7-Eleven. And people love 7-Eleven so much, we even give it a nickname. We call it Little 7. Okay, 小七. 小七. Okay, now did you notice this? X in pinyin pronounced as xi. Now try it. Xi. Xi. Yeah, it's a little bit like A, B, C, C, but you clench your teeth together. Xi. Xi. Try it. 很好很好，所以小七 And did you notice this? Q in Mandarin Pinyin pronounced as qi. Itself is pronounced as qi. Qi. Okay. Q is qi, and E here actually is just extra vowel to help you to spell it. But Q itself pronounced as qi in Mandarin Pinyin. Okay. 小七. Let's try it one more time. 小七. 小七 is very important in your life. You can almost do everything in the convenience store like 小七. For example, you buy your 3 meals and you can pay your bills. Even if you get a ticket, you can pay it there, and you can develop your photographs, and you can mail your package or receive your package from there when you do the online shopping. So 7-Eleven is something we cannot live without. And that's why people said it's so nice to have 7-Eleven, and it becomes 7-Eleven's theme song. 有 7-Eleven 真好，有 7-Eleven 真好. That means it's so nice to have 7-Eleven. 有 7-Eleven 真好. Can you try it? 有 7-Eleven 真好.
有 7-Eleven 真好。
很棒，很棒。有 7-Eleven 真好. And then Family Mart. In Chinese, it's called 全家. 全家. 全 Qi-Yuan. 全家. And good. And J is pronounced as 鸡家全家全家 Family Mart. And the slogan of Family Mart is Family Mart is your family. 全家就是你家，全家就是你家。Okay, so these two are very competitive with each other. Then we have High Life, 来尔富, 来尔富. And the other one is a little bit like a Circle K in the States. Okay, okay Mart. Okay, so these four are popular convenience store in Taiwan, 便利商店. All you have to remember is this one, 小七, and also 全家, because 全家 serves the best ice cream. You got to try it. Okay. Then, two major supermarkets. By the way, if you have Costco card, membership card, bring it with you, because we have Costco in Taiwan too. And with your membership card from States, you can also get into the Costco in Taiwan. And on top of Costco, there are also two major supermarkets. The most popular one is 全联, PX Mart, 全联, 全联. You see this more often. It's almost everywhere in all cities. And the other one is originally from France, Carrefour, 家乐福, 家乐福. So 全联 and 家乐福 are two major supermarkets. But if you don't like to go out, don't worry, we have this too. Okay, so you know this one. What is that? Uber Eats, right? Uber Eats. And Uber Eats is so popular that people even give it a Chinese name, just like a given name, okay? Wu Bo Yi, like the last name is Wu and the first name is Bo Yi. Wu Bo Yi, Uber Eats, Wu Bo Yi, okay? And the other one is Food Panda. This is a local one, Food Panda. Food Panda, the Chinese name for Food Panda is Fu Pang Da. Fu Pang Da. Now let's try it. Wu Bo Yi. Wu Bo Yi. Then Fu Pang Da. Fu Pang Da. Fu Pang Da. Very good. So basically, you don't really have to worry about eating in Taiwan. You can never go hungry in Taiwan. It's so convenient. And here I would like to introduce some national dishes that we considered as national dishes. And the first one is, what is this? Beef noodles, okay? 牛肉面. Please repeat after me. 牛肉面. Okay, R is pronounced as 日. Can you try it? 日. 很好，所以这是牛肉。牛肉。Can you try it one more time? 牛肉。牛 means cow, and 牛肉 is beef. 肉 means meat. Okay, 牛肉 beef. 面 noodles. 面牛肉面 please.
牛肉面，
很好，牛肉面。牛肉面 is so popular. Like every family has its own recipe. And we have annual 牛肉面 contest in Taiwan. And all the famous restaurants are competing with each other to get a champion. And in addition to 牛肉面, this one is the must try when you come to Taiwan. What is that? 这是什么? What is that?
Stinky tofu.
Yeah, stinky tofu. 臭豆腐. Cho. Please say it. Cho.
臭
好臭 so stinky 好臭 please say 好臭
好臭
yeah 好臭臭豆腐 sounds the same, right? Because the English word 豆腐 actually is a Chinese word 臭豆腐. No matter you like it or not, you get to try it, so people will believe you've been to Taiwan. And after you try it, at least you'll be able to tell them how it tastes like. Okay, it smells stinky, but it tastes good. Then this one actually is my favorite. It's called 卤肉饭. 卤肉饭. So this is stewed minced pork rice. So we have stewed minced pork on top of rice, and sometimes the stewed egg and tofu. 卤肉饭. Please try it. 卤肉饭.
卤肉饭
很好，卤肉饭. And we also have some food that you are familiar with in the States. What is this one? Have you ever tried this in States? From Chinese restaurant, have you ever tried this? Egg roll. We have egg roll in the United States, but this is egg roll, how egg rolls look like in the States. And let me show you how egg rolls look like in Taiwan. Oh, by the way, this is my family, my husband, my 2 sons, and my parents-in-law. So see, this is all the dishes of ingredients for wrapping the egg roll. Okay, so it's very troublesome to prepare for this, but you can simply get this at night market or order it from Uber Eats. So you see, we have all kinds of ingredients, and we have very thin tortilla. So you just pick any ingredients you like on top of the tortilla. And the secret is this peanut powder with sugar. It adds the taste to it, okay? And this is called 润饼. By the way, this is not run. 日乌恩润饼. 润饼. Try it, please. 润饼. Or you can call it 春卷. 春卷. 春 means spring. 卷 means roll, because we do it in springtime. That's why it's called 春卷. 春卷. So you see, you put all the ingredients and then you wrap it in a roll. It's so tasty. That's one of my favorite food. Okay, let's say this one more time. 润饼.
润饼
春卷. 很棒. And this is Taiwanese burger. Okay, it's called 挂包. 挂包. Please say it. 挂包. 挂包 actually is Taiwanese. If you want to pronounce this in Mandarin, it should be, well, the local one is 割包. 割包. But now in the dictionary, the formal pronunciation has changed to be 一包. But believe me, no one will really say 一包 in Taiwan. But that's what you will find in the dictionary. In Mandarin, we normally say 割包. Can you try it? 割包. 割包. But more often people will say this one in Taiwanese. So now let's try it one more time. 挂包. 挂包. So you see, that's the bun, and inside the bun, there's a piece of pork and some other ingredients. It's so tasty, okay? And this is Taiwanese, what do you call that? When you go to see a baseball game, what would you eat?
Hot dog.
Hot dog. This is Taiwanese hot dog. Okay, so this is called 大肠包小肠大小. Okay, 大肠包小肠 this is 大肠, okay? So we have rice at the bottom and then sausage on the top. 大肠包小肠. Sausage is 香肠. Okay, now let's try it. 大肠包小肠.
大肠
Very good. So there's rice in 大肠 and this is sausage, which means 小肠 here. 大肠包小肠. And what about this? This is Taiwanese omelette. We call it 蛋饼. 蛋 means egg. 蛋饼 means cookie. Okay. 蛋饼. Please try it. 蛋饼.
蛋饼
Yes, 蛋饼. Wow. So now, are you ready to pick out? Okay, when we want to eat, we say 开动. 开 means open or start, and 动 means move, start to move. So that means let's pick out. Okay, so what do you call this? Knife is, can you try this? 刀子. 刀子. And then you need fork. 叉子. 叉子. Okay, ch pronounced as 吃. 吃. So you retreat your tongue a little bit. 吃. Can you try it? 吃. 很好. And by the way, eat. The pronunciation for eat is also 吃. Okay. 叉子.
叉子
很好. Then in Taiwan, of course, people use, how would you say this? Can you try pinyin by yourself this time?
筷子
很好. 筷子. 筷子. Okay, 筷子. Do you know how to use 筷子? At the very beginning. But in Taiwan, if you see local people, everyone has different style of holding 筷子 because they try to manage it when they are a baby. So they have all kinds of different ways. For example, I may hold it this way, very ugly, right? But this is more elegant. So try to learn the correct one. Then you need spoon. 汤匙. 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 And this one is very typical Taiwanese spoon that you will see from food stand. Okay, it's not fancy, but it's very practical. And the ends is sharper. So it's easy for you to scoop like fruit when you want to eat fruit. Okay, so, and if you want to ask people to give you, for example, 刀子, 叉子, 筷子, 汤匙, then how would you say it? So here, please give me, 请给我, 请给我, 请 means please, 给 give, 我, 你 you, 他 he, she, it, 他 okay, so 请给我, 来请给我请给我 OK 很好请给我刀子请给我刀子
请给我刀子
请给我刀子
很好谢谢
谢谢
OK 谢谢 means thank you thanks and how do you say you are welcome
没问题
yeah you can either say 没问题 or 不客气 or simply say 不谢不 is a negative form that means no you don't have to say thank you 不谢 but once when I was in the States a Vietnamese talked to me in Mandarin and all of a sudden he said 谢谢 I was so surprised he could speak Mandarin so I said 不谢 and then he was very mad with me he said oh Jessie you're so rude I'm saying 谢谢 thank you to you and what did you say bullshit okay it sounds like that right okay 不谢 so 谢不谢 that means 不客气 you are welcome okay so let's try this 很好请给我叉子谢谢
请给我
给我茶，
谢谢。
给我茶，谢谢。请给我茶，
请给我筷子，谢谢。
请给我筷子，
给我筷子，
谢谢。谢谢。
请给我筷子，
请给我汤匙，谢谢。
请给我
给我
汤
谢
匙，
谢。
谢谢。
很好。And here we have 3 meals a day. How would you say it? Okay. 一日三餐 one day, 3 meals. 餐 meal is also classified for meals. So here, did you notice this? Letter C pronounced as 吃 in pinyin. It's like TS, like a 吃 fly. Now, can you try this? 吃 Okay. So when you pronounce 吃, your tip of your tongue is very close to your upper teeth. Okay. 吃. Okay. Good. So 吃安 and A pronounced as R in pinyin. 吃安餐. Try it. 餐. 很好. So we have 早餐, 午餐, then 晚餐. So which word means morning? How do you say morning?
早
Noon. Then what about noon?
午
And then night?
晚
Very good. So when you want to greet people, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, this is how you will say it. 早安. An means peace. Okay. 早安, 午安, 晚安. That's how you greet people. 早安. So now it's 早安 for me in Taiwan, is 晚安 for you in the States, right? Okay. And for meals, we have Western style, 西式. So if you want Western style breakfast, how would you say it? 西式早餐. I want 我要西式早餐. Okay. And then, of course, we have Chinese style, 中式, ZH pronounced as 知 on 中式. And how? SH pronounced as 诗. You treat your tongue. 诗, okay. 4th tone. 中式午餐. 很好. And now, how do you say brunch in Mandarin? You have 早餐, 午餐, 晚餐.
午饭.
好聪明, you're so smart. 早午餐, very good. 早午餐, okay. So more likely, if you are night owl, you get up late, then you will have 早午餐. And for you, since you're a teacher at school, more likely you have school lunches, and that's called 营养午餐, 营养午餐, nutritious lunch. Okay, and this is how it looks like. 3 dishes, rice, and then soup. That's usually what they have. Okay, 营养午餐. So sometimes you may eat with the little friends, but you have to take care of your breakfast and your dinner. So let's see what Taiwanese breakfast look like. Traditional Taiwanese breakfast. It's a traditional Taiwanese breakfast store.
Okay, so we have here, this is called a youtiao, or literally oil seed in English. And I've gotten a bowl of soy milk to dip it in. And then these are meat buns. I love them. And in a minute, we're going to put the soy sauce inside the meat buns because that is the best way to eat them. And then over here, we have a ham danbing, ham egg crepe. Got a couple of those. And we've also got scrambled egg with radish cake. And all of this stuff for 4 of us cost 308 Taiwan dollars, which is so cheap. Oh, and that also included 4 cups of milk tea. And the milk tea here is just delicious. It's amazing. Thank you.
It's like a bacon and egg pancake. No, it actually tastes like Western breakfast. It's nice. This is the kind of thing that hip expensive cafes would serve and say that it's healthy and vegan.
So sweet with the soy sauce. Yeah, yeah. That's refreshing. Right. 很棒，好吃，超好吃。
好吃 ，yummy， 好吃。
So many flavors. It's great.
It's yummy. I like the spring onion. Is it spring onion? It's yummy.
Soy milk， 豆浆。
Oh, so good.
It's deep fried and sweet, milky.
Are you getting hungry?
Savory, deep fried.
It is surprisingly supple and sublime. Just like you, am I sublime? And tasty, much like me.
Oh wow, it's really yummy. It reminds me of cereal because it's like crunchy and milky at the same time, but it's really nice. It's like sweet, slightly, so you say, sweet and savory at the same time. It's really nice.
Well, I think that does it. I think that you've seen how great this stuff is. You've seen how people who've never eaten it before love it. So you absolutely need to come here. Check the description for details on how to come. I'm Ping.
Yes, you just have to try it.
If you like this video, please hit like.
Okay, so this is what you just saw. 蛋饼 萝卜糕 radish cake 饭团 rice ball 饭团 okay, and this 烧饼油条 you see the oil stick and wrap in it, okay, 烧饼油条 then 肉包 or 包子馒头夹蛋 so you have egg in the bun, steam bun, okay, 馒头夹蛋 so these are popular Taiwanese style breakfast. So now are you getting hungry? 好饿 if you're hungry say 好饿
好饿
我好饿我好饿 yeah, and if you want to say 我的肚子好饿 my belly is hungry, that's how we say it 我的 my 我的肚子 belly 好饿我的肚子好饿 can you try it 我的肚子好饿 and if you think you have big belly 我的肚子好大 okay 我的肚子好大 and then if you try it and you think it tastes good 好吃 okay. And after you eat you feel so full you're starved then you say 好饱 So these are the key phrases used in your daily life. 好饱, okay. And here are some popular breakfast. You can also find them in Taiwan that you're familiar with. Cereal, 麦片. Then 三明治. So I will just read through it and please repeat after me. And when we are doing this, I would like you to be familiar with pinyin. Okay. 麦片.
麦片，
麦片，
三明治。
三明治，
培根。
培
根，
Yeah, it sounds like bacon, right? It's the translation, the sound translation. 培根。Then 煎蛋。
煎
蛋. So you fried egg. And here, 吐司. It sounds exactly like toast. Okay. 可颂. Croissant, right? Then 煎饼. Pancake. So we have pancake, 煎饼. Then what about this? 松饼, waffle. 松饼. Okay. So you need something to drink, right? 你要喝什么? What do you want to drink? 你要喝什么? So in your daily life, you need water. 水. And since you're in Taiwan, you cannot miss this. Boba tea. Okay. 珍珠奶茶. Okay. 珍珠 itself means pearl. And 奶, milk, 茶, tea. So pearl milk tea is what it means. Okay. 珍珠奶茶. Yeah, this is so important. And you can simply say 真奶, the simplified form for 珍珠奶茶, short form, 真奶. Yes, 真奶. And this, 果汁.咖啡. Cha. Okay. And here, you like soda, right? 汽水. 水 is water and 气 means like a bubble. Okay, 汽水. And 气, we have Coca-Cola and Pepsi. These two are very popular in Taiwan too. So this is 可口可乐. Yeah, the translation Coke, Cola. Okay, 可口可乐. And Pepsi is 百事可乐. 百事可乐. You can simply say 可乐. Okay, means Coke, 可乐. And then 牛奶. And this one, if you're over 21, 啤酒. So 酒 means alcohol and 啤 here means beer. Okay, 啤酒. And this one, champagne, 香槟. Xiang means smells good, the fragrance. Okay, 香槟, 好香. Smells good. Okay, and here, so what's for lunch or dinner? 午餐吃什么? Please repeat after me. 午餐吃什么? And then 晚餐吃什么? So what can you expect to have for lunch or dinner? Let's see. 午餐吃什么？晚餐吃什么 ？We have spaghetti， 意大利面，意大利面，
意大利面，
意大利
面
means Italy。So Italian noodle， 意大利面。Then 薯条，
薯条，
汉堡。Well, this one is pizza, but no one will really say pizza. In Taiwan, we also say pizza, but they pronounce it as pizza. That's how they pronounce it in Taiwan, pizza. Okay, or some older people will say pizza, pizza, but you know what that is. Okay, then this one, 串烧，
串烧，
skewers. Okay, 串烧, and this, 起司 cheese 起司
起司
yes and here sushi 寿司
寿司
actually in Taiwan a lot of people will simply say sushi for 寿司 okay and 拉面 it sounds like English right 拉面烧肉 is so popular for young generation 烧肉 like a Korean barbecue or Japanese barbecue 烧肉 and this one 炒面 fried noodles 炒面 and this is my favorite 港式点心 Hong Kongese style dim sum okay 港式点心 and the most famous one is 鼎泰丰 oh when you come to Taiwan make sure you go to 鼎泰丰 okay I live in Taichung there's one in Taichung so come visit me I take you there okay 鼎泰丰 and now let's listen to this one you can sing with it and that help you to memorize those terms it's very simple
唱一唱
Let's sing.
黑斑马
You may also prepare some songs like this when you're teaching English. 三明治，三明治，我吃三明治。汉堡，汉堡，我吃汉堡。面包，面包，我吃面包。薯条，薯条，我吃薯条。鸡蛋，鸡蛋，我吃鸡蛋。香肠，香肠，我吃香肠。可乐，可乐，我喝可乐。果汁，果汁，我喝果汁。
果汁，果汁，我喝果汁。
Okay, so I hope you remember some terms. And here, snack time. Okay, 饼干。蛋糕。
蛋糕。
Yes, please repeat after me. 爆米花。
爆米花。
棉花糖。
棉花糖。
甜甜圈。甜甜圈。
什么是那个？
And this one, 冰棒。
冰棒。
圣代。圣代。冰淇淋。冰淇淋。巧克力。巧克力。果冻。And here, 来吃蔬菜 have some vegetable 蔬菜 This is very popular. You see this quite often. 花椰菜。
花椰菜。
Then 芦笋。This is also 芦笋 Then this one 香菇。
香菇，
then 番茄，
番茄，
胡萝卜，
胡萝卜，
沙拉，
沙拉，
我爱吃沙拉。I like to eat 沙拉 okay, 沙拉. So you see a lot of Chinese words actually are the sound translation from English. Okay, then this is in season. 洛梨，
洛梨，
南瓜，
南瓜，
洋葱。
洋
葱，
Remember, C pronounced as 丝 okay, 葱. Then 茄子，
茄子，
okay, and here 来吃水果 have some fruit. 凤梨，
凤梨，
香蕉，
香蕉，
苹果，
苹果，
桃子，
桃子，
西瓜。When we are taking pictures, Americans would say cheese. And then here in Taiwan, people would say, 西瓜甜不甜? Is watermelon sweet? 甜. And then you would reply with 甜 when you say sweet. 甜. You have big, beautiful smile. 西瓜甜不甜? 甜. Okay. 甜. Now let me take a screenshot. Okay. 西瓜甜不甜? What would you say?
甜。
Very good. Okay. And here's a simple song for fruit. It's not moving. Here we go. Well, we just skip it. Never mind. Here. Subject, verb, and object. Actually, the word order is just like English. I love you. And in Chinese, we have the same word order. 我爱你. I love you. 我爱你. Okay. And then 谢谢老师. Thank you, teacher. Okay. 谢谢老师. And it's very likely your students will call you teacher Jessie. That's the polite way to do in Taiwan. But it may sound so strange to you guys, right? Teacher Jessie, teacher Marianne. Okay. And 他吃素. He is a vegetarian. 他吃素. 你吃素吗? If you're vegetarian, you say 我吃素. 我吃素. I'm vegetarian. 我吃素. So here, 他, and now I would like to call your attention for female pronoun, she, or the third singular, it, they have the same pronunciation, 他. So when you're teaching English, it's very common to see students say he, they mistakenly use he and she because we don't distinguish it. So it could be very confusing for you. You don't know whether they are referring to he or she because in Mandarin, they are all pronounced the same sound, 他, okay? And here, when you want to make a question, 你想 or 你要吃什么? What do you want to eat? What do you want to eat? 你要吃什么? Or you can say 你想吃什么? Basically, these two here means the same thing. What do you want to eat? 你想吃什么? 你要吃什么? So 什么 at the end, what, okay? Then 你要喝什么? 你要点什么 order? What do you like to order? 你要点什么? 你要去哪里? Where are you going? Where would you go? 你要去哪里? Please repeat after me. 你要去哪里?
你要去哪里？
Okay. And then this is how you will reply. 我想 or 我要吃牛肉面。我要喝真奶，珍珠奶茶 boba tea。我要点臭豆腐。我要去小七。Okay, so this is how you reply it. The word order. You can take a screenshot because we're running out of time. And then if you want to make a question to make sure whether this is what you want to do, then 你想你要吃牛肉面吗？ If you want to confirm, 你要吃牛肉面吗？ Do you want to eat 牛肉面吗？ So this is the key word 吗 Okay, then 你想喝真奶吗？你要点臭豆腐吗？你要去小七吗？ Okay, now please repeat after me one sentence. 你要喝真奶吗？
你要
很好，你要喝真奶吗？ Okay, and here, let me call your attention about the gesture. Sometimes you need to give the quantities, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's no biggie. Okay, 1, 2, 3, you can try it. 3 could be this or this. 4, 5, and here's the trick. 6, like when you go to Hawaii, okay, 6. It looks like a Chinese character, right? 6. Then 7, it looks like number 7, or this is how we usually do it, not this one. 7, okay? So it also looks like Chinese character. Then 8, you open it up. 8, 9, 10. You can do it this way, 10 or 10. 10. 10 looks like Chinese character, 10. The cross, 十字架. Okay. So now we add the quantity and classifier. 我要吃一碗牛肉面 1 bowl of beef noodle. 我要喝2杯 Okay, 2 cups. 2 cups will be 2. Instead of saying 2, we say 2. 2 is number 2 when it goes with classifier. This is very important. 2杯 or 2碗 2杯真奶。我要点3盘臭豆腐。我要买4个芒果 mango 芒果。And this is important. If you don't remember any classifiers, just remember G is the classifier for most of the stuff. Okay, so please repeat after me. 我要买4个芒果。
我要买
很好。And now you can also block it out. When you order, say 一碗牛肉面, you don't need those stuff. Okay, now, then 吃起来怎么样？好吃吗？好不好吃？ Either way, okay, taste good or not? 好吃吗？好不好吃？ And these are the words related to how it tastes. 酸，酸，甜，苦，苦，辣，咸。So you say, oh, 好酸，好酸 or 很酸，好 or 很 so sour, very sour, 好酸，很酸 or you say 不甜 not sweet, 不甜，不甜，不苦 and then 太辣了，太辣了 Okay, here you have 了，太什么了 Okay, 太辣了，太甜了 Okay, 太什么了 So you can take a screenshot of this one. So 好饿 Then 好饱 Which one are you? Okay, and here I would like to tell you I'm working for Donghai University in Taichung. So when you come to Taiwan, if you have time to visit me in Taichung, let me know. And this is how you can contact me, okay? You can find me on the Instagram, and please introduce yourself. Let me know you're ETA or ETF. And this is famous church, the Luce Chapel in Taiwan. And line ID, Jessie I Lee. I Lee means I need, okay? So that's it for today. I think our time is up, okay? So it's going to end in 5 seconds.
I think this is kind of a nice introduction of where are you from, or you can share with you and your students. I think most of you are from the East, right? Okay. Okay, so today we just have an hour. So this is just a simple warm-up for you guys. And then I wish you have a beautiful journey of today's class. Okay, so let's share my screen first. And then, hold on a second. So I will give all the materials with this link. So hold on a second, copy. So in the chat box, you can see another link. That is today's material, but it's all in Chinese, but you don't, I will show you step by step. So don't worry, okay? So, so I just send a link, and then when you type the link, you may see this. So that's today's PowerPoint, okay? So I just gave you the link. Okay, so when you click the link, you will see this one, right? It's all in Chinese, but you can use Google to log in. And then after you log in, he will ask you, maybe if you didn't log in your own computer, he will ask you to log in with your email. So when you finish, you will see this. This is all the material I have for you today. So type 1 if you already seen this part, okay? So type 1 if you successfully log in Learn More and see today's material. Okay, so thank you. I see some of you already log in. And then if you didn't see the link, I will pass it again. Okay, so we wait for a few minutes, a few seconds, sorry. So if you have any question, any problem that, oh my God, I cannot log in, please help me. So you may raise your hand and then maybe I can help you. Okay. So good. I see many ones here. Very good. So here is the, Okay, so here is the oral practice. So today we have about 30 people here. So we may need a lot of oral practice today. So here is the oral practice. So we have about 7 or 8 oral practice, but you don't have to worry about it. So it's kind of up to you. Feel free to practice on your own or not. So later I will show you how to do that, okay? So here is number 1, oral practice. Number 2 is classroom countdown. Okay, so here is I think is social emotional learning from Emory University. So I download 4 recordings and which can make you relax. And so for example, if you think your classroom is too noisy because they are just 10 years old students and maybe like 20 or 25 students in a classroom, and maybe you can let them to listen. So you may ask them to listen carefully. What do you listen? And then you may follow the directions that the videos, the recordings that tell you. So that is to help your student to calm down, feel easy, relax your mind, something like this one, okay? So that is number 2 resources. Number 3, we have classroom Chinese. So we didn't, in this topic, we are talking about the transportation, but you may need a common classroom English. I think Fulbright have this file, and then I just put it here. If you need it, it have the English, Mandarin, and Pinyin. I think you can just read the Pinyin, and then others will understand you. But if you think, oh my God, my Pinyin is not that good, so I need more practice. I found 1, 2, 3, 4. I found 4 YouTube that help you to work out the Pinyin. Okay, so here is the numbers, because numbers is so important. So this is the extra resources, and you might interested in Chinese calligraphy. So I have uploaded 2 files. If you want to practice your Chinese calligraphy, feel free to use it on your own. Okay, so this is not just one class, but this is kind of a series class. So today we are going to talk about transportation, but after today's class, if you're still very interested in other topic, like you want to buy a bubble tea, milk tea, or any kind of fruit tea in Taiwan, how can I say that? You can go to class 3. And if you want to go to the restaurant, if you want to go shopping, something like this one, we will have over some follow-up classes, okay? So if you guys feel okay with this class, and then you think, okay, I'm ready for the class, please type okay in the chat box, okay? If you feel okay, now I'm get ready for this class, please type okay. Okay, thanks guys, okay? Okay, so we will start our class. Okay. So this class called Survival Chinese and then called 生存华语, so which will help you to survive in Taiwan. And then you will hear this one pretty often, that is 老师. 老师 means teacher. 老师 means teacher. For example, some of you might call you Michael 老师, Billy 老师, or Becca 老师, and so on. And then we can, and I'm Miss Lin. So I'm a Fulbrighter of 2019 and 2020. So after I'm back to Taiwan, I'm an elementary school teacher in New Taipei City. So if you guys are if your school are in New Taipei City and you feel some question or problems, and you might ask me also, okay? So today our class is, you got all the materials, and then we are going to do a little self-introduction, and then we will put the main focus on transportation. Okay, so you guys log in successfully, congratulations. And then here is today's agenda. Okay, number 1, so 华语. So 华语including 3 parts. So all you want to know is you can read the pinyin. For example, when you it's okay for you not understand the Chinese itself, but I recommend that you have to read out the pinyin, okay, which help you to can get more fluency when speaking Chinese. So pinyin is the most important part for the stage you have now. And the second one is listening. So for example, so we will have a meeting on January 1st. So you have to know 1月1号. So you have to get the keywords, okay? Only the keywords, which is okay for you. Number 3 is you have to push yourself to say the keywords in Chinese. For example, I would like to eat out. I would like to eat out with you this morning. So maybe you say 早餐，和你吃早餐. So something like this one. So the keywords. And this one, so I would like to invite Lizzie. Is Lizzie here? You can, yeah. Hi, Lizzie. So would you please read out the first one?
Yes. 你好，你叫什么名字？
Okay, I see Robin. So Robin, so can you say your name?
我叫胡若冰。
Yeah, that is really awesome. Good. So when you go to your school, so if you want to, if you see the kids at the school and you want to say hi, hello, so you can say this sentence. Okay, so that is 你好，你叫什么名字? So you can say, oh, 我叫. You will hear somebody say 我叫 something. Okay. So last one is the self-introduction. So by subject, verb, and noun. So for example, the blue one is subject. 我 means I. 是 is the verb, so like am. So 我是林之君, so I am 之君林。我是2019到2020的 FLTA, 也是国小英文老师。So 国小, some of you are going to elementary, and some of you are going to 国中 is middle school. So 英语老师 means English teacher, okay? So which is very important for you because you guys are English teacher also. So 英语老师. So here is where I live. So 我住在台北. Or some of you may 住在金门, some of you may 住在maybe 高雄 or something. So 我喜欢瑜伽. So 喜欢 means I like. So you find something you like, okay? So here is the subject, verb, and noun. So I have 我、你、他、我们、你们、他们. And here I show you some verb, like 是 is the be verb. 住在 means I live. 喜欢 means like. 吃 and 喝 is very important. If you say, oh, 我喜欢吃牛排, I like steak. So maybe some of the local advisor will invite you to the steak restaurant, something like this one. Okay, so here is 老师 is pretty important. 英语 means English. 国小 elementary. 国中 junior. 运动 I know some. When I visit United States, I think American love exercise a lot. Okay, so I just put it here. 运动. And 美食 means nice food. So may I, each of you just say one sentence to introduce yourself. So may I invite, let me see, 看一下. May I invite Billy to use a sentence to introduce yourself? Just one sentence.
Sure.
Yeah, just one sentence to introduce yourself with SV and sentence pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
我喜欢运动.
Yeah, very good. So next one is Lizzie. Would you please use a sentence to introduce yourself?
我是老师。
Good. And Melissa, use one sentence to introduce yourself. Melissa.
Yeah. 我是英语老师。
Good. 我是英语老师. Good. Very good. And Danny? Danny.
我
Miss Danny.
喜 oh
Yeah, yeah.
sorry
Sorry.
我喜欢
我喜欢 which one? Do you like nice food or do you like workout or something? Okay, and maybe we will have the last one is Catherine. One sentence to introduce yourself.
我喜欢喝咖啡。
Good, excellent. I think you will receive a lot of coffee, something. Okay, so this is a really simple self-introduction. So you may have some combination like 我是, for example, your name, for example, 我是 Catherine, and then you can introduce your identity. For example, 我是英文老师, and then show something. Where do you live? Maybe I live in Kaohsiung, so 我住在高雄. And then last things is what do you like to do? And then which is very simple self-introductions, which may help you to, you may introduce yourself when you arrive to your new school, okay? So keep going. So we will have, you can practice on your own. So we have learned mod. So here we have oral practice. So we have SVN self-introduction. So when you click here, so sorry, 等一下. So when you click here, so you will see the green button. So it shows 开始录音. It means start recording. So you just click this one and then to speak. 我是林志君, 我是 FLTA, 我住在台北. And then it will press it again and it will become orange one. Okay, so just like this one. So when you finish, it will become 完成录音, it will be finished recording. So when you finish your recording, this one will turn screen. So this means 缴交作业 means upload your work. So here you can see if you want to record again, so you will see the green one and then you can do it again. So I think if you going to school and maybe you have 100 students, maybe 200 students, and then you cannot check their listening one by one, so you can use Learn More. I think most elementary school teacher in Taiwan use Learn More to hear students' English oral abilities. Yeah. Okay, so let's just one little practice. And here we have 汉语拼音, but I just listened to you guys speaking. I think your pronunciation is good. It's no problem. So we just skip it this one. So the second one is tone. I think pinyin for you is 100% no problem, but tone may be the biggest problem for you. So may I invite Michelle to read the 4 words for me, Michelle? Or may I invite William to speak this 4 words for me? William? Yeah, this 4 words. Thank you.
Yeah. Just the sounds.
Yeah. Just read
okay,
this 4 English words.
Okay,
Yeah.
What? Well, no.
Okay, it's exactly good. So just like the 4 tones in Chinese. So we have just the first tone, you just like and the second tone is what? And the third tone is well, and the fourth tone is no. Okay, so most Americans didn't the fourth tone, they have some problem, but you just like you are refusing someone. Yeah, something like this one. So may I invite Olivia to read the 4 tones. For example, ba ba, and the second tone is ba ba. The third tone is ba ba, and the first tone is ba ba. Okay, so Olivia, would you please read number 1?
I can try.
Yep.
Ba ba.
Yep.
Ba ba. Ba ba.
Yep.
Ba ba.
And may I invite Becca Lee?
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you.
Oh, do I just do both tones for both of the?
Yeah. Sorry. 妈妈 yeah. 诶，等一下。What? Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Mama, ma.
Yeah, good.
Ma.
May I invite Alice? The third one.
Okay. B.
And the fourth one is Rose. Lu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lu.
Yeah, so just remember, so when you see there is the pink tone here, okay? So let's go to the next one. Okay, so I think some of you may know this one, so we just invite Audrey. Aubrey. Aubrey, can you read 1 to 10 pretty quickly?
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。
Good, excellent. And then 岁 means years old. So I would like to ask Lauren, 你几岁? How old are you? So,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
我
don't know. Yeah. 我 22.
22, yes,
Would that
22
be?
is 2, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
2, 10, 3. Oh, it's 22, sorry,
Okay.
22. So which means 2, 10, 2, right? So 我22岁. Okay, so may I, yeah, Lauren, 你几岁?
Yeah. 我
22, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, good. So the numbers is so easy. As long as you can read 1 to 10, I think you can do 1 to 99 should be no problem. So when you say 20 means 20, 30 means 30, 40
What
means
about
40.
zero?
Yeah. Zero
What about
means
yeah?
零. Zero is 零. Something like, I didn't mention that, sorry. So 零. But basically 零. Yeah, 0, 零. Just like my first name, Ling. Yeah, Ling. So Ling means 0. Ling means 0. Okay. So here is the super easy self-introduction, but it's so hard with numbers. So I would like to know, is there any Chinese ability which is okay? You are really confident by reading out this data in Chinese. So it's okay for you to I just a little practice for numbers, but I think at least it's kind of important if you want to introduce yourself, like 我叫 maybe 我叫 Michelle, 我22岁. So 今天是几月几号？今天是8月10号星期 maybe 星期三 and your birthday and your telephone number. So you may practice it later, maybe you're on your own. Okay. So maybe we are going to start our class. Okay, sorry. Okay, so we will spend some time doing the self-introduction, which I think is really important for you, and the basic number, because you have to listen to the keyword. You may introduce your birthday, your telephone number, your age or something. And then here is the transportation in Taiwan. So here you can see we have bus, 公车, high-speed rail, so 高铁, and we have NRT, metro, and we have taxi, 计程车, or because it's yellow, so we call it 小黄. So we have the train, 火车, and we have the kind of Greyhound bus. It's a long distance bus we call 客运, and we have U-bike system, and then we have airplane, 飞机. Okay, so here is the topic today. So number 1 is 机场. 机场. So 机场 means airport. I think you arrive in Taoyuan 机场, right? So, but some of you might go to Jinmen, some of you might go to Penghu, some of you might go to maybe Mazu, Jinmen, Penghu, and then we have another small island called Lanyu and Lüdao. So if you, for example, it's on vacation and then you can visit some island. So you can take the airplane. So you can say 机场. And then I'm going to 机场 list means 我要去机场. So I would like to know, is there anyone from are going to 金门 or something? Okay, so if you want to say, apologize for the, okay, you're free to, okay. Ooh. Okay, so here, so may I invite Catherine to say a sentence? Maybe you are going to, what kind of this sentence? So think out a place you want to go, the air.
我要去 桃园机场.
Yeah, 机场. So, oh, 我要去桃园机场. Okay, good, very good. And this one, so here is the brief introduction of Taiwan. So in domestic line, so usually we have the 丽荣航空 is the Uni Air or EVA Air, or so we have, so for example, if you want to go to Taipei, so you can say 我要搭飞机去台北. So I'm going to take the plane to Taipei. And then if you want to go traveling, so you can say 我要搭飞机去马祖 or 我要搭飞机去金门. So now it's kind of 金门 and 马祖 just key kilometers between China. So it's kind of a very historical place. And now it's kind of, you know, it's not that peace at that time, but if you want to visit there, so you may visit there in the winter or in the fall time, so the weather is nice and you can see some special historical site there. And here, if you want to say do some water activity, because maybe it's in winter, but it's not that cold in winter. So we still can do some water activity in Penghu. And then you can see some local fishery in Penghu. And basically, we don't take trains from Taipei to Taichung or Jiayi or Tainan because it's not that far. So we take a high-speed rail. I will talk it later. But some of you will take the airplane to Taidong because from Taipei to Taidong just costs you 1 hour by plane, but it's need 4 hours by train. So it depends on you. So may I invite, let me see, may I invite Robin? So 你要去哪里? So you choose a place and say this sentence. Robin, 你要去哪里?
我要搭飞机去新台北.
Okay, New Taipei City, good. And then good. And next one is the 高铁. So 高铁 means high-speed rail. So basically, if you want to from the from Taipei to Kaohsiung, from the north to the south, it takes just about 90 minutes, not that far, about less than 2 hours. So you can just take 高铁. So we have a different 高铁站 means a high-speed rail station. So 高铁站 means high-speed rail station. I think it's the main transportation that people will use in Taiwan. Yeah. Okay. So, and then if you say here, okay, so we have Taipei, 桃园, 新竹, 苗栗, 台中, 彰化, 云林, 嘉义, 台南, and 左营. So, and then if you want to see some historical place, eat some local food, please go to Tainan because Tainan is the most ancient spot in Taiwan. It's established 400 years ago when Netherlands people came, and then it's the first spot there. So you still can see many historical stuff there. And then the food is awesome, okay? So you can go to Tainan to see some historical places. And 左营 means 高雄. So Kaohsiung is the second largest or third largest city in Taiwan. So you can see the transportation there is pretty convenient, just like Taichung. So Taichung and in Kaohsiung, we have the metro system, we have U-bike system. So it's very convenient for you guys to walk around there. Okay, so other cities like Jiayi, Yunlin, Zhanghua is kind of the transportation there is not that convenient, but you have to ask others, for example, where to get blah, blah, blah. Okay, so, but you still can find a way. Okay, so may I invite Sarah? You choose a place and then you choose HSR to visit there. So you say 我要搭高铁去 and choose a place. Sarah. Yeah. Sarah, this one 我要搭高铁去. You choose a place. For example, 我要搭高铁去嘉义. Yeah.
我吗？
Yeah.
Okay. 我要到高铁去嘉义。
Okay, good. Okay, this one. So if you want to go to a place you want to buy HSR, so you can use this sentence pattern. And that's why is 火车. 火车 means train. And then 火车站 means train station. So if you want to, there is a midterm conference in December, so you may take the train. Okay, so you can say, 我要去宜兰火车站. 我要去彰化火车站 because I'm going to take the train to Taipei or something. Okay, so I think the railway system is kind of really good. So if you want to know Taiwan, so you can from Taipei, Yilan, Taidong, Kaohsiung. Okay, and then I think each small stop is so beautiful and awesome. So if you want to see the coast of Taiwan, you may go to something like Yilan here, and then you may go to the Baishatun or something here. So if you love trains, so you can do more research on the train, and then the price is kind of cheap as well. So and then we have some branch here, so which is very tourist spot there. Okay, so if you want to take the train to some place, you can say 我要搭火车去 and then the place. So may I invite let me see, may I invite Elizabeth? So 你要去哪里 and then say a place, choose a place and then you take the train. Elizabeth. Yes.
我要搭火车去嘉义.
Good. So you can take the train to Jiayi. Good. And then this one is here 必须定位, so must reserve. So that is, so if you want to take we have the slow train called 区间车 or 区间快车. You can just use your easy car to enter and then to exit. But some of the train, like it's kind of fast. So like 自强号, 普悠玛, or 太鲁阁, you must reserve. Okay, so you cannot use your easy car to get on the train like 自强号, 普悠玛, and 太鲁阁. You will get 50% extra 50% fine on the train. So notice that it's okay for you to take the 区间车 with your easy car, but it's not okay for you to take these trains with your easy car. So notice that. Okay. So it's very convenient that you can get your train ticket at a 7-Eleven. So there is a machine called iPhone. So if you cannot operate it, you can ask the caller to help you. Or there's some nice app like here is the train app, or here is the high-speed rail app, and which is English. You can use it to operate it. I think it's kind of English version, and which is very friendly for foreigners. So here is the two apps. So you can get a ticket on your app, and then maybe you can take you can just get a QR code on your app, and then to scan your QR code, and then you can take the train. Okay. So next one. Oh, okay. So it's very important. You can get a ticket. So if you just want to go traveling, so you can you go to the train station or you go to the H high-speed rail station, and then you want a ticket. So you say 你好 means hi, hello. 我要一张 means I want one. So the date is very important because you have to tell the clerk what date and what time, right? So maybe it's 8月10号10点30分到. Maybe you can arrive in Taipei. Okay, for example, you have let's say 的火车的自强号的高铁 okay 的飞机 okay, so it's up to you to take the airplane, to take the high-speed rail or the railway station. So may I invite 等一下 may I invite Riley to get a ticket?
Hi.
你
你好，
好。
511 and then
You may say English, it's
this
okay.
where the time. Okay. A ticket, and then a time.
Yeah. Maybe just 10:30
Okay, 10:30
to
到
到 Where are you going? 到
分到高雄。
高雄, yeah, the train. Okay, so numbers is really important. So as long as you can say the number, you just can say 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and you can say 8月10号10点30分 or something. Okay, good. And then we keep going. Okay. So here, if you go to Taipei, Taichung, and Kaohsiung, we have the metro system. So, and if you want to go to traveling in Taiwan, so you may choose Taipei first, Kaohsiung first, or Taichung first, because the transportation is easier for you, okay? So this one called 捷运. So 捷运站 means MRT station. So if you got lost in Taiwan, so you can just say, if you lost in Kaohsiung, Taipei, or Taichung, you can just say 我要去捷运站, and somebody will show you how to get the MRT station. And then when you arrive at the MRT station, it's okay for you to get something somewhere else. So this one is very important for you to survive in Taipei, Taichung, and Kaohsiung. So may I invite Olivia, please say the sentence. 我 Olivia, yeah.
我要去捷运站。
Okay, very good. So 我要去捷运站. So for example, this fourth tone here. Okay, so keep going. So here is the metro system in Taipei. So it's the most complicated one in Taiwan. And there are just 2 lines in Kaohsiung and 2 lines in Taichung. I think 1 line in Taichung. So I think it's easier for you to get the train in Kaohsiung and the Taichung. And here, if you want to go to, you have to go to your midterm conference in December, right? So you will arrive here in Taipei main station and Fulbright is in Ximen. So here is the blue line. I think the blue line, most people will take the blue line, okay? So here in the center is the Taipei main station called Taipei 车站. So you can take 高铁, high-speed rail. You can take train, 火车. You can take metro to get the Taipei main station. So if you want to visit Taipei, and then if you want to find something like really near the center, the transportation is really okay for you. So you may choose to live in Taipei main station, around Taipei main station. Okay, so here is the blue line. So it's the central of Taipei. And then if you want to see something like historical places in New Taipei City, there is a place called Danshui. It's in the end of the red line. So Danshui, so it's kind of, it has the most beautiful sunset in Danshui. It's kind of has a beautiful river called Danshui River. And then it has some British style house there because there is a port. Okay. So you can visit Danshui. And then if you want to see, oh my God, I would like to know where is Taipei 101. Okay, here in the end of the red line. So here is the Taipei 101. Okay, so if you want to see the historical place, you can go to Danshui. And then if you want to see Taipei 101 is in the red line too. Also, if you want to know, oh, I would like to see pandas. Yeah, we have pandas and some Asian animals. We can go to the zoo. So zoo is the brown line here. It's the end of the brown line. We have Taipei Zoo. So it's just $2 and you can get in the zoo and then to see panda, giraffe, elephants. And then after that, you can take another transportation called Gondol line. So there is a Gondol line to Maokong. So if you love tea culture, if you want to drink a nice tea, or you want to go mountain climbing, and then you want to see the night view of Taipei, so you go to Maokong. So you can go to Taipei Zoo, and then you can take the Gondol line to Maokong, and then you can get a really nice tea and best view of Taipei. Okay, so here is the brief outline of the Taipei Metro. So may I invite Armin. So 你要去哪里? Choose the place, and then you are going to take the LRT. Armin.
我要搭捷运去 Taipei Zoo.
Okay, good, very good. So here is the Taipei 捷运. Okay, so I know some of you may go to Zhanghua and some of you might go to Yunlin. So Zhanghua and Yunlin didn't have metro station and didn't have a high railway system, but you will see this called 客运. So 客运 just like Greyhound bus. It's kind of low distance bus. You can take it to other other places. So if you it's kind of important for you because if the place didn't have the train station, then you have to take 客运. So here is 我要去客运站. Okay, so William, would you please say the sentence here? William.
Yes.
Yep.
我要去客运站.
Yeah, 客运站. So 客运站 means long distance bus. Okay. So next one is 公车. 公车 means bus. 公车站 means bus stop. Okay. So you will see we have many colors of each bus. We have red, we have green, something like this one. But bus stop should list this one. So when you see the bus, you have to raise your hand to show let the driver know you're going to take it. And do you notice there is the car? So that is the easy car. So if you have the easy car, you can take almost all the transportation in Taiwan. So you can take the metro, you can take the bus, and maybe you can take the train, but only 区间车, maybe the slowest one. Okay. So that is 公车. How much is the bus to ride? Just $15. $15 means 50 cents USA dollars. So if you use the easy car, is $15 for each ride. Okay, so just 15 Taiwanese dollar, and then just 50 cents, 0. About US dollars. Okay. So may I invite Sarah? So would you please say the sentence? Or I'm going to the bus stop. Sarah.
I'm sorry, did you say Sarah?
Yeah.
Sorry, my internet's not being the best right now. Okay,
it's
you want me to read the bottom sentence?
Yeah, 我要去公车站.
我要去公车站.
Yeah, good. If you want to just walk around and you don't need take a ride, and then you can just say, "Oh, 我要去公车站." But you know, if you live in 宜兰花莲 or Taitung, you have to check the timetable before you went out because just 1 hour or 1.5 hours something. Yep. And here is U-Bike. So you can use your U-Bike to rent the U-Bike system. So 脚踏车. So Taiwan is a kind of bike-friendly place, maybe. Okay, so you may buy a second-hand bike here in Taiwan. I remember my bike is about just 20 USA dollars or something. So the bike in Taiwan is not that expensive. You can get a second-hand bike here. Okay, so you can 脚踏车 is a bike, so it's very convenient for you to getting around where do you live, and I think it's the fastest way. So you can ride a bike to any places you want to go. Okay. So may I invite Billy? Billy, so read a sentence. You can 我要
我要骑脚踏车去。
去台北 or 去餐厅 or 去 somewhere else. Okay, so 骑 means ride. So 我要骑脚踏车去 some places. And then if you, I think in some big cities you can see your bike system in 彰化, in Taichung, in Yunlin, in Jiayi should be no problem. Yep. And then if you want to traveling, so you don't know, oh my God, I arrived a place and I don't know where to go. Don't worry. We have the 旅游服务中心, which is Visitor Information Center. This is English friendly place. You can ask any questions and they will answer you as soon as possible. And also we have the traveling bus called Taiwan 好行. I think in most cities we have this kind of bus. It's just like a one-day tour bus. You can get a ticket and then it will stop at the tourist attractions, and then you can get off and then to walk around there and then to go back to the bus stop and wait for the next one. So when you take the Taiwan 好行, it's the kind of tour bus. You have to it's better for you to have the timetable because the bus is just 1 hour or 1.5 hours. Yeah. Okay, so this is very important for you. So 你好，请问怎么去? For example, if you want to go to Taipei, so you say 你好，请问怎么去 Taipei? Okay, and then if you want to know, oh, is there any fun or any something nice here? 请问, so 请问 means may I know? 这附近有什么好玩的吗？这附近有什么好玩的吗？好玩 means have fun. So is there any places that might be have fun? Or the third one is very important is 厕所. I think Taiwan is a 厕所 toilet friendly country. So you can find a toilet almost anywhere in NRT station, in the bus station. I think it should be okay. So may I invite Lizzie? Lizzie, can you say 1, 2, 3 sentence?
Yes. 你好，请问怎么出台北？
Yeah, good.
And then 请问这附近有什么好玩的吗？
Good.
请问厕所在哪？在哪里？
Yeah, so the fourth tone is 厕所.
厕所。
Yeah, and may I invite Maureen to read this one sentence? These 3.
I will try.
Yeah.
你好，请认真没去。
Yeah, 请问怎么去台北？
请认真没去台北。
Yeah, good. And then next one?
Can you repeat it?
请问 is may I know? So 请问这附近附近 means nearby. 有什么好玩的吗？ means something fun. Yeah. So you may repeat after me. 请问
请问
这附近
这附近
有什么好玩的吗？
有什么
好玩的吗？
好玩的吗？
Okay, the last one is 请问
请问
厕所在哪里？
厕所
在哪里？在哪里？
在哪里？
Yeah, good. It means toilet. It's very important for you. Okay, so the next one. Okay, so you have the easy car, but you have to top up, right? So the money is very important. So basically, we say 100 is 100, 200 200, 200 should be okay for you. 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, and then 1000 means 1,000. So we have 1000 means 1,000, 2000 means 2,000. And then basically you won't use one because one is 10,000 is too much for you. So this one is very important. So last one is 请问多少钱? So maybe you buying something and then you buying the train ticket and then you don't know how much is it. So you have to say the sentence. So may I invite Kenai? Is that Kenai?
Kenai.
Kenai, sorry, Kenai. So how much is it? So can you say the sentence? 请问多少钱? Yeah, if you get a ticket, you want to know the money before. So you say, oh, this ticket, 请问多少钱? And then you know the price and then you get it. Okay. So the second one is, I know American didn't like use cash, right? You like cards. So it's very important for you. Like, 可以刷卡吗? 可以刷卡吗? So 刷卡 means card, means credit card, right? 刷卡. So may I invite Armin? Armin. So may I use the credit card? So 可以 here. Armin.
可以刷
卡吗? Okay, good. 可以刷卡吗? So I think if you get a ticket, most of them can use you can use your credit card. So okay.
请问一下，有问题。
Yeah, go ahead.
I thought 我以为刷卡 meant 的意思 meant swipe card and 信用卡 was credit card.
Yeah.
哪一个是 credit card?
So 刷卡 just credit card. So 我可以刷卡吗? So basically means credit card. Yeah.
好 ，so 信用卡的意思是什么？
信用卡 should be credit card.
哦，好，都可以。
Yeah, 都可以. So it's
Okay,
no problem. So
okay,
yeah.
thank you.
Okay, next one. Here is very important for you. So you have your easy car, right? So easy car. So but you have to top up. So you can go to the 7-Eleven, you can go to the train station to top up. So it's very important. 你好，我要加300. 300 means 300. So basically I will add $300 to my easy car. Okay. So 我要加 means top up. So if you go to the 7-Eleven, you just say 你好，我要加300 and then give your easy car and $300. Okay. And next one is 这班车有到. For example, you are going to get out a train or get out a railway station, the bus, but you are not sure which way is that right because we have some of in Taipei and another is in Kaohsiung, right? So you can say 这班车有到台北吗? Or 这班车有到桃园吗? Okay, so, sorry. So, okay, so the third one is 可以载我去公车站吗? Or 可以带我去捷运站吗? So this one, so you can say it to your local advisor if you want to go to the bus stop, train stop, anywhere stop. So you can say 可以载我去, can I take a ride to blah blah blah. And last one is very important because if you want to find something, for example, oh, I need a pen, you can say, oh, 笔在哪里? Or pen 在哪里? You need a notebook, notebook 在哪里? Or you need a chopstick, 粉笔在哪里? Okay, so I will say this 4 sentence again. 你好，我要加300。这班车有到嘉义吗？可以载我去桃园吗？ And then, 厕所在哪里？ Okay, so may I invite Kayla to speak these 4 sentences? Kayla. 在现场吗？算了。Is Kayla here? Kayla. Or may I invite is that Shreya?
Yeah, Shreya.
Yes, or Shreya. So would you please read the 4 sentences?
您好，我要加300。
Yeah, good.
这班车要到台北吗？
Yeah, good.
Can you say that one again for number 3?
可以。Yeah.
可以载我去台北吗？
Yeah, good. Very good.
I can just say anything like pen 在哪里?
Yeah, so you say just a pen 在哪里? Yeah, good. Good. And Olivia, would you please say the 4 sentences?
I'll try. 你好，我要加300。
Yeah. 加300。
300。这班车有到台北吗？
Yep, good.
Is it? It's
可以。Yep.
带我去台北吗？
Yeah, good.
And Penzine Alley.
Good, very good. And this one, if you want to go to the convenience store, so when you check out, the first thing the clerk say is 请问有会员吗? Because almost every 7-Eleven or every like supermarket, we have a membership. So if you listen to this sentence, 会员 means membership, you just say no, you just say 没有. And then you can just, and another sentence is 发票存载具吗? Because we have receipt, and then basically we have the app in our phone which can keep all the receipt. So you just say 不用，要印出来. Okay, so this one we will read again. 请问有会员吗? So do you have membership? So you just say 没有. So if you just 没有 means no, but it's more polite way, okay? Another one is 发票存载具吗? It means your receipt you need to print out or not. So you say 不用，要印出来. So you just say no, I would like to print it out. So may I invite Isabel to read the 4 sentences?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh wait, first though, I did have a question for the other page. I was wondering for the 3rd sentence, what the difference was between, for this one we use 在, but I've heard people use 带 to sort of take you to some place.
Yeah.
And so what is the difference between those 2 phrases?
So 带 means, for example, I'm going to take you to 嘉义. So 我要带你去嘉义. 我要带你去宜兰. So means I'm going to take you to some place. So another is 载 is means you take a ride something. Oh, that means you are going to take on some transportation like motorcycle or car or something. So bring is not, I'm not sure what kind of transportation you are going to take me, but 载 means you must to take on a car or something like a motorcycle or something. So is that clear for you?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so I think we only have 20 seconds. So this is the daily Chinese. So I hope this is just an hour class, and I wish you can survive, which can help you to survive in Taiwan. So it's less, we just have less 9 seconds. So I wish you have a beautiful journey in Taiwan. So I will see you around.